All right, well, hey, and welcome to our 100th movie episode of The Dicks in the Back Row. Hold my popcorn. I'm Max Healy in Nashville, and counting down his final days in the north end of Boston is Tim Begin. How are you, Timmy boy?
Doing well, Max. I ate a meal of pasta and cannolis tonight. Really, that's going to be my meal for the next month as I transition over to Charlestown, at which point I will be eating nothing but boiled potatoes and corned beef.
Tim's expecting to get carried out on a crane from his apartment when he leaves the north end.
Yeah, they're going to have to chisel out the wall here.
And over in Sacktown, California, we got John Anishak. How are you, sir?
You know, I'm just fine. I'm happy to say that I was really I very much enjoyed Mrs. Doubtfire, and really happy that we got to watch this again. Good, I don't know who the dicks in the back row are, but I'm super happy to be doing this episode.
Good.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. And we're welcoming back one of our former co-hosts who was lucky enough to thaw himself out of his frostbitten cardboard box. We got Mike Preble on the show. How are you?
I'm doing well, Max, but the cardboard box situation here it's really catastrophic for me. I have a family to take care of. They're a family of mice, but that doesn't matter. I'll tell you that fucking right now. That doesn't matter at all. Okay, they depend upon me, and I depend upon them.
What happened to the raccoons, Mike?
Oh, those highfalutin raccoons. They thought they deserved better than my precious cardboard box.
What pricks?
Yeah, exactly. Now they're into styrofoam. Ooh. Who gives a shit about that? Doesn't retain heat.
Fuck them.
But I'm doing well, Max. It's still snowing here, which is incredibly. It's snowing just enough to make me upset and angry because it's not beautiful, and it's not like enough that like will keep me in the house. It's just like. Yeah, it's just the exact wrong type of snow. That's what I'll say.
I'm currently snowed in Nashville, and it's because we have 3 inches of snow, so the whole city just shuts down.
I haven't seen snow for 2 fucking years, assholes. Fuck off.
You guys haven't seen water for 2 years.
Yeah, that's a good fucking point. Yeah, I've seen its polar opposite coming up the street, though. Just fucking flames of hellfire. Yeah.
And lastly, we have our 25-foot-tall squib from the Mesozoic era. The man who can sing a whole new world in front of his entire graduation class. Yeah, but he has to do it in front of a microphone because he can't perform a simple amplifying charm. The magicless man over in Portland, Maine. Bill Dooley's back on the show for another week of abuse. How are you, Squibby Bill?
I'm doing good. Connected a lot of dots there, Max. A lot of dots. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
I'm tired. I'm going to say that. I'm going to be real honest with you. I fell asleep on the couch an hour before this episode, and I woke up at we're getting on at 9 p.m. Eastern. I woke up at 8:59. So a lot of high energy Bill coming your way right now. So
Bill sent out a group text at 3 a.m. one night this week. I'm assuming, what did Francis have a case of the bends or something like that? What's an old timey disease?
Dropsy.
Yeah.
Derek's disease.
Derek's disease.
Oh. Whatever that melange of illness is.
Yeah, it's what happens. Isn't that what happens if you don't have one vegetable by the time you're at the age 21? You just immediately get gout.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it firsthand. His foot is the size of a table. It's like a T-Rex foot at this point.
I'm sure that helps with sales somehow, but
yeah,
sales, right? Yeah.
Any way to stand out.
Do you think that he fucks his own foot?
Yes. Let's move on. So, it's a nice little milestone for the show. John is still nodding his head yes, still asking everybody if, okay. And to celebrate our 100th movie, we decided to go back in time to where it all started as we watched Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park, now with 55% new content.
I have new opinions that I'm pretty sure are my old opinions.
Yeah. I'm going to be interested to see how many things I say I repeat myself, as I have not listened to our first episode since it came out. So,
that was That was my
Agreed.
intent to. My intent was to listen to that episode again just to refresh myself, and I didn't do that. Fun fact.
And then you fell asleep.
that is like a 2-hour episode.
Gonna say, yeah,
Very
it's
long.
still going on.
It's
If
very
you have to.
Yeah.
The main thing that I remember from listening to that episode is how angry I was because you got multiple dinosaurs wrong. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure at one point you called the Triceratops a Stegosaurus, and I just I had to stop listening at that point.
Yeah,
Max,
you wrote in, Bill. Thanks. Actually, it's a Triceratops, you idiot. You rube.
Excuse me. I have to voice my displeasure with this entire cast of idiots.
Bill did a whole taxonomic diagram of the dinosaurs. That was during the Cretaceous period. That couldn't have happened.
Doesn't even make sense.
I just
Call it
remember
Jurassic.
45 minutes of Paco just screaming about how much he hates this little boy, which is good. We don't want him to like little boys, but he was really, really going against this kid, and it was like, damn, dude. Like, I don't know where this is coming from. But shit.
You know, actually, can we back up a few minutes here? I think we should. We went past some good stuff.
And that's Jurassic Park, folks. Hey, Max, remember at the beginning of the movie?
All right, should we get into it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yay.
Movie opens up with our boy, old Thunder Thighs himself, Game Warden Muldoon, overseeing this botched raptor transport that ends with the gatekeeper getting whipped around like the naked chicken Jaws before being eaten alive.
Shoot her!
Shoot her!
Yeah.
Shoot her!
I don't know why he grabbed onto this guy's hand as he's getting pulled in. He's already been shredded by a meat grinder, practically, you know.
Right,
and
right.
and if he didn't, then he definitely broke his arm because he had this guy's arm in a fucking headlock, like trying to like get him out. But dude, he broke his forearm in 3 places, just trying to save his ass. And then
the guy's arm just like slowly slips by his bicep. I mean, Muldoon, put him between those meat thighs that you got going on. Nothing's gonna get past that trap. Come on,
Seriously.
just squat that Velociraptor.
You could choke out that raptor with his thighs.
That being said, I do love the scene because of how much it's impacted the way I speak to people. Like when I'm like, when things have like gone wrong or something like that, I'm just like, shoot her. And if people don't get it, it can cause like a real fucking problem in society. People are like, this guy's asking for someone to shoot her, but there's no women around. It's like, no, don't worry about it. No, you understand. It's from Jurassic Park, 1993. And they're like, that's too late, sir.
You're in court, sir. Stop telling people to shoot somebody.
You've already been arraigned. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Preppel is he's doing the Muldoon accent, just calling people by their title of their job. Plaintiff!
Plaintiff, defendant.
Also, go.
I have a hard and fast rule. And,
Oh, dear.
Oh, don't worry, guys. This is fine. I have a hard and fast rule, and it's to help no one. So I think this scene would have been a lot different if I was Muldoon, because it just would have been like, all right, give him to her, and let's move on with our day.
So
Kick the guy into the cage and push.
Push her!
just and then have the gate closed. Just to watch his body get ravaged by this Velociraptor.
So turn
Secondary
around to the
gatekeeper.
shocked crew. I'd be like, anyone want a tea?
So I do feel like this scene would have been considerably more gory if it would have been made like past the 90s, like even if it was like 2000 or so, that you probably would have seen some blood. And that's kind of the interesting thing is when they made this movie is like kids could watch the fucking thing and not completely lose their shit, you know, and just because I was a fucking sissy when it came. Like if a movie scared me, I was up all night vomiting.
Yep.
All night vomiting, right?
Yeah, I shit you not. I would be so
That
scared.
might have been bulimia, John.
Well, I mean, it could be. We can see it all the good it fucking did for me. Titties here, but Jesus Christ. But like, God, yeah, you see a guy gets fucking eaten alive by a velociraptor. Do we see it? Nah.
Yeah, there's like no blood in this movie at all.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Interesting. A lot of shit.
I mean, honestly, I think it doesn't do a good service. It doesn't do a service to children. I mean, how are you going to learn about the dangers of dinosaur attacks if you don't see the blood and the gore that follow them?
Fair point.
The more you know.
Fair.
And then after this, we meet... well, hold on. No, we don't do that. All right. And then we're introduced to Gennaro, the slimy lawyer hired by John Hammond's investors, tripping over some rocks.
My idol. Just being slowly pulled on a tiny raft. What an
full suit.
emasculating thing. Again, and I don't mean to be a dick about it, but like, even if you're a lawyer or if you're someone fancy and you're in the middle of the fucking jungle, dress appropriately. Why are you wearing a suit, man? Why
fuck is he doing there?
Yeah, first of all, it's like
It makes no sense.
You're going
lawyers
to
don't investigate this shit.
You don't
kidding
go
me?
to mining operations in a three-piece suit.
No.
No.
Yeah, that was definitely something we said in the last episode too.
Oh boy, there's gonna be a lot of that.
Yeah,
It's going to be there.
I was writing notes. I'm like, I think I already said this before.
yeah.
Fresh eyes. It's okay.
Again,
It's
I've seen this movie so many times. My opinions about this movie are so fucking crystallized. I have no idea how they're going to have changed from 2019 or whatever, 18.
Why is the lawyer taking a meeting with like the head archaeologist of this company? You would imagine like that this guy, that John Hammond has like other people that the lawyer would want to meet with, like maybe other lawyers that represent the park. It's like, no, go meet my head archaeologist in the fucking jungle of Costa Rica, because that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. He has specialized knowledge about these mining operations, I'm sure.
Exactly.
That's
So
what law school
the
does.
investors have concerns about the safety of the park. Okay. Go to the park.
What are you doing
What the
here?
fuck are you doing? What are you doing here? Yeah.
Because he's a digger. A digger.
Speaking of,
as a fucking like 9-year-old child, I couldn't even get over that fucking guy and his fucking accent. And like, what even
So
happened
good.
in that? I was like, what did he just say? Why? Also,
Why
you don't
not?
Yeah, why not? Just keep going.
all right, keep on digging. This is where we meet the grumpy Harrison Ford knockoff that is Sam Neill in this movie. The paleontologist, Dr. Alan Grant, as well as his assistant and girlfriend, Ellie Sadler, played by Laura Dern. Just rocking some super nice full denim outfit.
Oh, good old Canadian tuxedo. Yeah, there's nothing like that.
If this
There's
movie
nothing
came
like
out
that.
today, that would be a high waist and she would have a huge ass.
Oh my God, yeah. Her shorts would be pulled up well past the bottom of her cheeks.
Ass
would be
crevice
great.
everywhere.
A lot better than this fucking was.
Also,
Show some ass, whatever your name is. I mean, Jesus.
Bruce Dern's daughter.
Your name
I was okay with it. I didn't mind it.
you know,
Some nostalgia boners. Those are okay.
I appreciate it.
Nostalgia book.
just
full
bleach
circle.
white denim. Never even, not even blue, not a hint of blue to it.
Also, I'm not an archaeologist, but I love the fact that for whatever reason, Dr. Grant is wearing some fucking bandana around his neck.
Yeah.
I'm like, what purpose does this serve other than looking dope and reminding me of my fourth grade costume where I dressed as Alan Grant? I'm pretty sure.
Maybe he had the COVID and he's just ahead of his time.
He's just
ready
exactly
to pull out the mask.
getting ready.
Paleo
Throw it over.
COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, paleo.
Paleo
Yeah.
COVID. I do
Elliot-
love that the film though like wastes no time in stating how much Dr. Grant Sam Neill hates children, which like I don't know if that like stuck in my head because like when my wife met me and we started dating, she laughed. She's like, I didn't think I would ever meet anybody who disliked children more than I did. It was, whoa! So we're getting married, right?
Oh, so this is forever, huh?
Then you guys were like, well, have you seen Jurassic Park?
Just maybe. Oh, wait a
They just
second.
wanted
We
to-
need to start a farm. So we need to start making babies right now.
True.
I do.
That's-
I love how that's the predominant theme throughout this is how much he despises children. And it
Yeah.
runs through the entire movie. And it's like, but then at the very end, he's like, you're right. I don't actively want to kill children. It's like, I'll save them, I guess, if it's like not out of my way. It's like, okay.
Like that Timmy who just got thrown over that bridge. I'm not going to go way on my way to get him out of that car, but I'll get him on the way back.
Yeah. We'll swing around for it. Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be good. I'm sure he'll be good. I'm not going
I
to
think
get
this
ahead of
movie
myself.
would have been way better if at the end, when they got back to, and I forget, God damn it, Hammond, and they got back, and Hammond is like, what happened to my grandkids? He's like, oh, I left them in the jungle.
I don't know. Probably dead from
I
dinosaurs.
told you guys I didn't like kids. Why'd you put me in a fucking car with them?
Pretty sure T-Rex was eating him last time I saw him.
Yeah.
I was running the other way.
I don't know if you saw this gigantic dinosaur running your way, but I'd be running the exact opposite way. And these kids got tiny, stupid legs.
It's not my fault. It's your
Your
fucking
little dummy
dinosaur.
grandkids.
That dumbass that said he read my book apparently didn't know that Tyrannosaurus Rex vision is based on movement. He ran. That didn't work. The thing I gotta say, the thing I love about that scene though, where he just like absolutely pulls apart that kid for insulting the
effeminate
Velociraptor, yeah, is that child is not there. Like, he didn't just show up in the desert for no reason. He is there because somebody else, one of his parents works on that dig and is presumably there as Alan Grant is tearing this 9-year-old apart, and that parent does nothing. Which either means that kid really does suck that much, and his parents enjoyed watching him get torn a new one, or absolute beta male. I mean, just embarrassing.
No, they hated that child. Yeah. I hate that child. Yeah. That child has the same body as me, and I still hate that child.
Yeah, no. He's got these weird, like, shiny blue eyes. Like, his eyes are like so, and I always remember watching that, be like, what is wrong with this kid's fucking eyes? Like, they're so weird. Like, they're so, like, you know, like White Walker-ish or whatever. I was like, what the fuck is this?
It's like an obese Elijah Wood.
That kid actually played the child Freddy Krueger in like the 4th or 5th movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah, God. Which made sense.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cut you here and here. It's like, and then
no, I guaranteed that kid's parents were on the job site, and they were like, I think the father, like, halfway through it was like, all right, well, he didn't want to really put the stop to it, but he's like, I got to put a stop to it. Then his wife grabbed his arm and was like, let it be. He's got to learn a lesson.
Let it happen.
Dude, and then Ellie Sadler behind him as he's like cutting this kid, he's like, stop, this is bad. Like, regular people don't pull out raptor claws and start,
slash at 9-year-old bellies.
Exactly.
In front of 50 people.
Here, let your fucking guts spill out, kid. You like that? Huh? And she's like, all right, maybe not. This is a problem. Like,
all those M&Ms and Skittles you've been eating from our fucking office. I've seen you stealing my goddamn candy, you little fat shit.
Every time with the raptor claw, every time you get upset. Remember at dinner when the valet brought the car back? It was the wrong car. You threatened to gut him with a raptor claw. Why do you have to do it every time? Normal people don't do this.
It's ferocious.
I want to go fuck Jeff Goldblum.
They do when they're fucking Australian.
All right, then John Hamm.
Don't know what that means.
I don't either.
You don't need to.
Over it.
The audience knows.
John is on a different fucking planet this episode, by the way. So.
No, I'm not. No, I'm stone sober right now. I'm just. It's been a fucking long week. Okay, give me a goddamn break.
Saw you drinking a beer.
Yeah, and I'm fucking sober. What does that tell you? I have a problem. Okay.
How many beers have you had? 12.
Yeah. Trying to get my carbs in. Okay, I'm on a lean diet.
I'm thirsty.
It's only 6:30 or wherever he is.
Meanwhile, Bill's asleep on top of the microphone.
Just passed out.
His head is not even in the shot.
I just saw his head bounce off.
What we can't see is Bill has like a stack of pillows just under he's just like, oh.
Just rubbing his head.
No, he's just reading his notes. Man, these are great notes here. What's happening?
Jurassic Park. All right, then John Hammond makes his grand entrance by ruining most of the excavation and then raiding Grant's fridge before bribing him with 3 extra years of funding in exchange for 1 weekend at his park as a consultant.
Yeah. 3 years of relative financial security to come visit my mystery island that I won't tell you anything about. I don't know if I'm getting on that helicopter.
Your island isn't full of boys, is it?
Well, that's not a far off really guess, considering that as a rule, I don't trust white men dressed in all white.
Yeah, good point.
Good rule. Man.
Good rule.
Didn't that look comfortable though? That looked like a really comfortable suit.
I'm not saying it wasn't comfortable, but it's a white man in all white. Like that's Dr. Death straight out of fucking Nazi Germany, man. Like it's.
That had a real the most dangerous game vibe to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Very Ivory themed.
He's that, and like it's like, or just like, I own a large house and there's a lot of fields and I have a lot of people working there. I'm not able to leave. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, oh God, no.
Yeah. You want to know?
We're going East Lasorna, but this is not good.
Also, Hammond, Richard Attenborough's character throughout the entire theme is, we spared no expense. Guess who else spared no expense? Slave owners. To Mike's point.
I disagree. They spared a lot of expense by not paying them.
I was really hoping you wouldn't go down that, but I did want to see if you would take the bait. So appreciate it. Okay, let's move on.
All right, I did write this. Things. I did write this down. So my wife Nikki, this is in quote, when she saw Hammond come on, she goes, "I feel like Tim would look really good in Hammond's outfit, although it's more of John's style."
No, I would look great in it, and it would be very comfortable. I would not wear underwear. You know, like I would be
see through
freeballing
the
in
white.
that white linen suit.
You got to
Yeah,
wear the
great.
underwear though, because you will see right through it.
That's what I'm saying.
But here's the best part: is
I don't
that you
care.
won't
I don't have
actually
to see it.
You won't see your cock
Hey, I
and
don't
balls.
shake when
No,
I pee. Why?
No. So you're not going to see the cock and balls. What you're going to see is the two poofs of pubes that are going to be going through. That's what you'll see because it's so much darker than
Well,
the
this is
white.
Timmy
So,
we're talking about.
Once again, it's everyone else's problem, not mine.
First of all, they're not two black poofs; they're two red poofs. So let's just get the color scheme properly done, right? Okay.
That's good. All right,
Did
so
you
I'll-
drop
all I'm gonna say.
some red velvet cake on yourself, sir?
Oh no, that's my pubes, bro.
Yeah, no, bro. You want to touch my suit?
All right, so
It's like a creamsicle down there.
okay, enough of Tim's pubes. Fuck. Back to the movie. We are so far away from dinosaurs appearing in this movie.
Okay, man. Speed it up
long
then.
episode.
No, this is definitely going to be a 2-hour episode because the next thing I'm going to talk about is the fact that I've seen this movie so many times. I was paying attention to things that I've never really noticed before, like the background stuff. So inside of this little trailer, they have a cutout newspaper on the fridge that says, "Space alien stole my face." And then there's a dustbuster behind Grant. And then there's several clean champagne glasses on top of a
Yeah.
toaster.
Yes. Yep. I noticed that
Just
as well this
completely
time.
skips over that after saying that he can work around a kitchen. It's like, dude, there's a bunch of fucking champagne glasses right there. What are you doing with these 12-ounce cups?
Because Hammond's already hammered. That's why.
This is all mine anyway. I don't give a fuck. I own you.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Appreciate that.
This is what poor people do, right? This is how the poors do it.
Let me see the
Pour
dust on your
everything in
face.
each
I'll
other.
put it on my little shirt. See, I'm working hard too.
Oh, God.
All right. And then we got Dotson. Dotson's here.
Oh, Dotson, everybody.
Whenever I see his intro, I just now think of Preble telling us that the actor's an actual pedophile who's still in jail.
Yeah. Also,
They're bringing him back to the movie.
So they are bringing the character Dotson back to the movie.
Oh,
They're going to
okay.
have a different actor.
Boo.
Yeah.
is that
probably
going to
the
be a
minimum they
pedophile
could do.
too?
Campbell
Yeah.
Scott. Campbell Scott, who is George C. Scott's son, who played Patton in the movie Patton, who was a general during World War II, which was
That
a
I
war
knew.
between... Okay.
Watch Max make these links.
Yes, here we are. And then it all ends Obama. Obama. That's where it all comes. Hitler, Obama. Ugh.
Anyway, but we know what happens here. So fat Dennis Nedry, he agrees to smuggle a bunch of dinosaur embryos off the island because he's a fat, greedy little cunt. And he just thought that he deserved more money.
Nothing little about that, man.
I still think one of the funniest things is when they pour like the shaving cream out and he just makes a perfect dollop of what looks like whipped cream. He just, I don't know how, probably because he's so fucking fat and he loves food. He's like, I know how to do this with my hand. Just like,
Got
it's,
plenty of
perfectly
practice.
done.
Right on the
Right
pie.
on.
The
I know, I
movie,
love it.
the movie's really it really fucked me up on shaving cream for the longest time because when I was so young seeing this and I was like, number one, that's super cool that there's like a hidden space inside of shaving cream. I thought that there was like a hidden space inside. You like pop, you can pop that out, but then like the nearly edible shaving cream,
It looks
like
good.
it obviously is not. I mean, he just put it on top of someone's apple pie, and why there was a platter of apple pies and desserts next to him, I don't fucking know.
Dessert
But
tray.
Dessert
It,
tray, yeah.
it really.
Those guys saw Nedry walk in. They're like, oh my God. Years worth of money right now. Bring out the dessert tray before he even orders his entree.
He said somebody else is buying. You know he's going to eat.
So
Somebody else is covering the check. Bring out the dessert tray right now.
Bring me 3 of everything and then thrice more.
but like,
It's like, oh,
I've
God.
never actually tasted shaving cream, but to this day I want to because of this movie. Like just to know.
It's true.
That does legitimately look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? I bought Barbasol just because it's in this movie. I was like, what do I
Yeah.
need to... When I started
not
thinking about
good.
how I should shave, I was like, oh, I'll take Barbasol. It's in Jurassic Park. I'm sure it'll work.
I did that for years, and I wonder
Okay.
why I always had razor burn in my neck, and it's because it's
Yeah.
fucking Barbasol.
Yeah, Barbasol is fucking miserable.
Terrible. It's like $1.50.
Awful.
Yeah.
Let's welcome our newest sponsor, Barbasol. Thank you very much.
All right, well, and we'll be right back with our newest sponsor, Barbasol. Oh my God.
Oh, shit. Thousands, I tell you. Thousands of dollars.
Also, though, so Nedry, he's going to be getting paid $1.5 million to do all this. That is not enough money to smuggle a bunch of dinosaur embryos. That is a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yeah.
Not for
So they're
international
quite
and
broke.
corporate espionage. No. No. I need an island. I want a plane. I want a pony. I need
5%.
5 hot fudge sundaes right now. Fucking stat. And you're going to give me a blowjob later. I'm not even gay.
I mean, I think this is
Dotson.
just consistent with the character, though. I mean, so his whole thing is that like Hammond didn't pay him enough, and he later says that like if you think you can find somebody else who can do all this for what I bid for it, so he bid on this job, he set his own price, and now he's upset with it, so he goes out and gets screwed again on his espionage deal because the man just doesn't know how to work a deal.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
Although he does know how to get a free lunch, so I'll give him that.
Yeah. Which is basically
cheap on me,
worth
Dawson.
$1.5 million.
Well, us big boys,
So Nedry
Tim,
is.
looking at you because we're on the same team here. Team Big Man. We know how to get our food when we fucking need it. Everything else is secondary. Like the $1.5 million, the pony, the island, everything I was asking for, that's secondary. I need food right now.
Nedry didn't even hear the amount of money. He was just looking. He's like, there's spare ribs on the plate. There looks to be papaya salad. I mean, I have apple pie over here. He blacked out.
Oh, it was great.
If he's
There was
anything like me, he blacked out.
There was a nice frisee on top of the starter salad. That was edible, but most people tend to just put that to the side. I eat it. I need every calorie.
Yeah. Dotson's going over the instructions, and in Nedry's head is just ribs. He's not even listening.
Chili, baby, backflips. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so now we're on the helicopter where we're introduced to Jeff Goldblum and his. I think that John disagrees apparently, but I think his greatest role as the chaos-tician Ian Malcolm.
Oh, so okay. Now, all right, I'm going to put this out there, everybody. Once again, I do think that Jeff Goldblum is overrated. Do I think that he is overrated in this movie? Absolutely not. I think that this might be one of his only good roles, truth be told. I don't like him in many things, even though I do like him. It's just that I don't like him that much. I think.
Now John's hearing voices.
John's a
Now I'm
Coleman.
hearing
Jeff
things.
Goldblum.
No, I just got bit by a cat. So Jeff Goldblum, I think that he could have done something else in this. I don't know what it might have been, but I do have a replacement for him. And once we get there later, we're going to talk about that, folks. But I'm holding that till the end.
I think he's fucking phenomenal in this movie. And also watching this on a rewatch because we didn't really have, this wasn't as topical in 2018. He would get Me Too'd so fucking hard if this was today.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Mathematician, chaos-tician.
4
It's like,
ex-wives.
we're all black. Yeah.
He's definitely fucking the college students that he has. Like, there's no way he's getting out of this alive just from a PR standpoint.
He dresses in all black, and he's not Johnny Cash.
Let's be
That's
real
a
about it,
problem.
though. Sam Neill's getting cucked in this. I mean, Ellie Sadler is jumping on that Goldblum dick.
She
You know what I mean?
she is all about it.
Dude, we have a full climax later in the movie
I know.
in a car with people watching. So
I mean,
actually.
when she was elbow deep in that pile of shit, you could just see the wheels turning in Goldblum's head. He's like, how can we incorporate this into the bedroom?
So many more options opened up, my God.
Yeah.
If she's willing to do this for dinosaurs, what about me?
What about this University of Texas chaos-tician?
So was Jeff like a sex icon at some point? Legitimately?
You mean
Still
still?
is.
Still.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Have you not seen his IMDb photo? Come on.
No, I'm looking at it right now, and that just looks like
Flawless.
I'm proud.
It does. It's hilarious when you pause this movie on Amazon and there's a super intense moment and then you see his IMDb photo on the side.
Yeah.
I mean, again, he's been a sex symbol since The Fly, and he gets turned into a fly. But he's got long, luscious locks, and then he turns into a hideous / beautifully gorgeous fly man.
I did forget
it's like-
about the fly. Yeah, he's torn up.
He's in incredible shape.
He's also phenomenal in Thor Ragnarok as well.
Yep. I wasn't
is-
going to be the one to say it because I didn't want to get in
He
trouble,
is
but
so good in that movie.
Yeah.
I rewatched that movie a few days ago. Fucking hilarious.
he is hilarious.
What movie's that?
Thor Ragnarok. It's the third Thor movie.
He's so good in
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah, it's
Move on,
fun.
I don't know.
Okay. You guys want to see some dinosaurs? You guys ready to see some
Yeah.
dinosaurs?
There aren't any
Let's get to
dinosaurs.
the
I don't believe there are dinosaurs in this movie. We are 45 minutes in and we still have no goddamn dinosaurs.
We're about to
How
get
can
some,
you say that?
John. Shut the fuck up!
No, because you got an hour into the last fucking episode of Jurassic Park and you still don't have any fucking dinosaurs because Paco Brady had to keep going back.
More stuff on Chef Alejandro.
God, he's
All
so
right.
good, though.
So we get the
So
jaw-dropping Bronchosaurus scene where everyone reverts back to being a giddy little kid, including Gennaro, who's just drooling with his pants around his ankles, just thinking about how much money they're going to make.
Here's the thing that upsets me in this scene. Ellie is wrapped up looking at a plant that is extinct.
Yep.
How did they bring back an extinct plant? Did a mosquito bite the plant and get plant blood and that mosquito got trapped in sap? What's the theory behind extinct plants coming back?
How did those plants
That's a
grow
good
so
point,
quickly and that big?
Yeah.
Veganism had a short stint back in the Paleolithic era. And as you can see, they didn't have a chance to really develop once something hit the planet and went boom. But yes, there was an issue back then.
Max, I think you were just getting to this too, is that like, all right, so that Brontosaurus is fully grown, presumably, giant, huge, has to be taken. You have to assume at least like 5 to 10, maybe 15 years to reach that kind of size. Has to be minimum. I was Googling during this, and that's whales typically take like 5 to 15 plus years to get to that kind of size. Elephants take like 15 years to mature to that. So let's just assume it takes 10 years. They've fucking been doing this for a long ass time.
Genetic engineering. Hello, guys. They sped
Yeah.
up the process.
Yeah, they sped it
Frog
up.
DNA, dino DNA, bingo.
And-
what else do I
yeah.
have to say? Did you not see the fucking movie, Bill?
No,
Did
I
you
didn't.
not see it? The
Were
movie
we
with
supposed to watch it? I'm just going off of memory.
No, the movie, Bill. The movie in the movie.
So
Where
here's
they're sticking in.
Oh, you mean
I
wait? You're
can't
talking
listen
about
to Mr. DNA.
Yeah.
that's what we're getting into right
dinosaurs.
now. Dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
Dino DNA.
This is
Does
actually
anybody
my
else?
favorite
Did
thing.
anybody else just find that voice actor really annoying?
No,
No, I love him.
I've never liked that voice.
No.
Well, because you
I
hate
think it was
country music.
intentionally being annoying, right? Like that's the whole point. Everyone's like, "This is awful,"
Yeah.
and the only people that like it are the lawyer, who obviously everybody hates lawyers, right? And then
Yeah,
Hammond, who's
fuck
like,
you,
"Oh,
Mike."
well, we're gonna add some bum 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 bum."
Well, I like that Hammond even shushes all the scientists when the video comes on because they're just like talking about science stuff, and he just goes shh shh shh.
Movie.
Stupid
He's
cartoon.
like-
I'm on TV.
Also, Hammond during that movie goes, "There's no animatronics here." I'm like, well, first of all, you just had an animation, and you're on a fucking like a ride. So yeah, you're in the middle of a fucking animatronic shit.
Yeah.
But it's still, again, the lawyer, again, he goes,
Erotica.
Yeah.
Still
Erotica. So good.
It's hilarious now. As a child, I didn't know what the fuck it was. Didn't care. There were dinosaurs. I was not interested. But now, as I listen back, and he's a
Autoerotica.
lawyer, so again, he's supposed to have some amount of intelligence, but obviously not. And he's just like, "Are they gonna suck my dick?"
He's just really into autoerotic asphyxiation. Clearly, just looking at that guy, you can tell he likes to tie himself up.
Yeah.
No,
it's like,
no,
so
no,
are
he-
there ropes around here, or do I have to get them myself?
He was also doing a little bit of contract work for the Trump family. Okay, there's a lot of shit there. Hold on, the alarm came on. I'll shut up. Okay, all right.
No, when he heard auto era, he like literally, you camera cut back to him. He had a belt around his neck, and then he started looking at everybody. He's like, "Oh, did I misread it? Did I misread the vibe?"
I misread the room. I'm sorry.
I still don't really know what this
I thought we were
island's
all
supposed to be
into
all about. All right. And then also, around this time, every single time I watch this movie, I always forget that Sam Jackson's in this movie until you hear his voice on the intercom. I always forget that he's in this. It's such a nice little surprise.
Hold on
Still
to your
wanna make-
butts.
I know. Again, I love the. I mean, it's a little late in the movie, but when he's like talking about the programming and he's doing it, and it's just him talking with a cigarette in his mouth, I'm just like, "Oh, Sam, you son of a bitch!"
And it's
Look
cool.
at you.
And it's not even like normal smoke coming off that cigarette. It's like
No,
blue. It's like
It's
blue smoke.
right?
Yeah, and
I
I was like,
gonna
yeah,
say, I'm what kind of
this
tobacco
shit's
did you get?
fucking awesome.
What kind of Isla Nubar tobacco do you have?
And he hasn't
That
ashed that
is-
cigarette like the entire time.
Do you think like the censors came over to Samuel L. Jackson on set while he was filming, and they said maybe we do a couple takes without cigarettes, so that way we could just have some variety in case we need to prepare it back rating wise? And he just blows it in their face. No.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, go talk to fucking
Access
Spielberg.
denied.
That cigarette too was barely in his mouth. I've never seen a cigarette so
it's
close
great.
to falling out that never falls out.
Only,
That's what I mean.
It's like glued on.
Yeah.
only Bill Murray in Ghostbusters.
Yes.
When it just like hangs off where it's dangling.
It's like a toothpick.
That's the only other cigarette, the only other guy that can pull that off.
It's so tenuous. Like you're looking at it, it's like this is going to fall out. Like that's what I think about now. I'm like, it's going to fall off any moment now. I've seen this movie 100 times. I was like, there's no way it's going to stay attached to his lip. And he's like,
So, audience, if you haven't really figured out that this is the kind of minutia we're going to be focusing on today, because we've all
We've
seen
seen
this
this
movie so much.
so many
you
fucking
need to
times.
realize we're about 45 minutes in, and this is what we're talking about.
We
Fuck the
seen
dinosaurs.
We're talking about
Dinosaurs.
cigarette ash.
Yeah.
What about that cigarette? Holy shit! You think those are Marlboros? You think those are? What are they?
Do they have vending machines on the island, or do they have to like get them beforehand? Does he have to like pack a whole suitcase full of cigarettes? All
Do you
right.
think they're worth 50 cents or $1?
All right, so then we get the raptor hatching to go along with Malcolm's there you have it. Life finds a way speech.
Classic.
God, so fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
He
back.
just-
Go fucking smoke a joint in the back, you fucking hippie. Yeah, all right. Yeah, life finds a way. Fuck off.
You can just see BD Wong being like, as he's saying that, he's like, this guy's a professor? He's a fucking learning disability. The guy can't even talk.
I just love it. He's just, again, where they go, lifting up all the dinosaur skirts.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it'd be funny if they were like, well, that we didn't do that, but that's a good idea. Should have thought of that. We should have just, flipped them
Write that
over
down,
and just be
Johnson.
like- I know exactly. Yeah, they're just like, Johnson, see if they have a Johnson. If they don't, then just
Already ahead of you,
go
sir.
back. I know. It's like you.
Tipping dinosaurs over. Just,
I know, it's like, what's going on here?
I don't know what
Are there
this
any
is.
holes?
I don't know what dinosaur genitalia looks like, sir. I'm sorry.
That's the other thing. I always think of, honest to God, though, when I had Jurassic Park toys, I'd be like, is this a boy or a girl? And I would look at the bottom, and it would just have like a lump, and I'd be like, I'm gonna say boy.
The battery box. Girl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that's what it is. It's like, it's like, oh, it's just like, this is like the voice box or like the screws. I was like, must be a lady. Like, wholly unscientific, wholly stupid. Like, but I was like, yeah, it makes sense to Mike. All right, sure thing.
Also, go ahead, Tim.
Dr. Wong, we have a real problem with the skirt. Looking up the skirt theory. What's that, Johnson? The dinosaurs aren't wearing skirts. God
Dinosaurs
damn
won't
it.
keep the skirts on. I'm trying really hard. They just keep on biting me.
They keep killing everybody that keeps trying to put the skirts on. We have so many skirts, but no people now.
So this is Jurassic Park meets Airplane.
Yes.
Yeah, where's Leslie Nielsen?
We're all counting on you. Everyone's dead. Also, the next time you guys watch this movie, pay attention to Gennaro in the background when Grant is like petting that little baby velociraptor, because he's smiling and just like flailing and flapping his arms around like he's the only girl in the room. It is. I had to rewind it. I was like, "What the fuck is Gennaro doing?" He's just doing this.
Serious.
Like he's super excited about the hatching.
It's so weird. It's such a
Was
weird
he-
cut.
Was he
never
quote
noticed
unquote
that.
having one? Like, what was going on?
I have no idea what the fuck was going on. I think that maybe they had a scene in between when someone's making a joke and he's trying to play through it or something, but like he is just way out of place.
Where will you
weird.
be when the edibles hit? I mean, it's
I will say the one other thing I like about the
When in
scene
Rome.
is just is what Hammond says when the little velociraptor is coming out of the egg. Poosh, poosh. I hear people say, I think about that all the time. And when Michelle and I are doing anything that requires like a little bit of attention, it's just poosh, poosh, poosh.
Come on, little one.
I know exactly. It's so fucking funny.
Also, that guy's been attending every single dinosaur birth. How many fucking dinosaurs on this island?
That's
There's
a
gotta
lie.
be like tens of thousands.
That's
Like,
a lie.
He would have nothing. He would have no time to do anything else.
Not to mention the fact that we learn in movie 2 that there's a site B. So is he also there
Yes.
for all of those dinosaur births as well? Because
guys, he cloned himself.
that's right. That's
makes
right.
more
We
sense
saw
now.
him do it.
I watched my own birth.
That would be fucked up. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's just poosh, poo. push, and there's a Hammond,
And it's just
the
that
Hammond
he's-
coming out of an egg going, push.
With all the ectoplasm and everything around his white linens that he's wearing.
Oh, boy.
He's got the lab coat on.
So also, I'm just going to assume that Grant made Hammond take them to the raptor pen after this, because seeing a bunch of raptors tearing apart this poor cow, like while it's still alive, would probably not be on like my top 3 list of things to sell to people when you're trying to like sell them on this park.
Oh no, he did not. Hammond did not want to be there. Like he wanted to go eat some Chilean sea bass, like or as it was said in the first episode, Chilean sea bass.
Yes.
Chili and sea bass.
Chili and sea bass. It's been a while since I listened to that episode. Let me take a wild guess. Max, did you say that one?
No.
Nuh-uh.
Oh,
Guess
that's
again.
Paco. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's
about
like,
those
who the
12
heck
beers.
wants to eat chili and sea bass? It's like,
That is Paco's conception of fine dining.
Man, I put this fish into the chili for about 8 hours and it's gone, man. I don't know. It just
Well,
fell
I
I don't
apart.
think it came out right.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are better when you put chili on it, so I just figured that's just a universal axiom.
I put
Thing
I
plus
put-
chili equals better.
I had bush beans in one hand and I had a fish in the other, and I just smashed them together. And I understand why we're good. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. All right.
That actually does sound like a funny skit, though, when you're looking at like the first round of hires for Jurassic Park and they're trying to put these things together and they're like, okay, I've got some amber, I've got a mosquito, and I've got a frog. Kiss. Like, that's all it is.
We'll
Make
smash them
little
together, turn them into mush. Maybe they'll turn into a dinosaur eventually. That was $27 million worth of artifacts you just destroyed. All right. And then you get the great monologue by Goldblum, who just basically predicts everything that's about to happen in this movie. And just watching this, like him command the room during this scene, just made me think that like his character would have been such a great guest for like a dinner party.
Yeah.
No.
Until he tried to fuck all their wives.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, except for the fact that you're fucking your wife. Yeah.
Yeah. No. And he might take your mother at the same time. Like, you got to be really careful with a guy like that coming in, especially if it's a family dinner. He might take every woman at the table.
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah, my
Okay,
Who
never
was
mind.
it
Yeah,
that was trying to go through 3 generations of an entire female portion of a family at a U2 concert?
Oh, that was me. That was me. Anyway, moving on.
All right, Jeff.
It was only 2 generations, all right? It wasn't 3. I'm not sick. Come on. It was 2
Only a
sisters
mother
and a
and-
mother.
only a
All right,
mother and
all
2
right, I'm
daughters.
sick, but
Okay,
I'm
you're
not
right.
sick in that way.
Only a mother and 2 daughters.
Yeah, anyway. All right, then we get the goddamn buzzkill that are the Hammond grandkids.
Oh, these kids. Kids provide nothing to the movie.
No,
No, well, one of
Okay.
them's got computer skills, and that's about it.
Barely.
On fake computers.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
fake
computer,
computers.
air quotes,
Yeah.
computer
Computers.
skills.
Like, yeah.
I like Timmy.
it
It's
was
a
like
Linux
fucking-
system. I know this.
Yeah, it's a
like,
Linux
do
system.
you?
Yeah, no one knows a Linux system except if they designed their own Linux system. Like,
Yeah.
that's how it
Yeah.
works. It was VR like 30 years ahead of time. With
I
no
love how the
that's-
computer sounds like Pac-Man too.
Yeah.
It's like navigating around the filescape. It's just like.
Could
Yeah.
you imagine if that's actually how you had to
That's what
search
I was
files?
thinking. Oh
It's
my
like,
god!
could you imagine how inefficient this would be? It's like a map, and you're like, "Where am I? Oh no, I'm in the Word doc section. I need to get over to
Porn
you know-
section.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, my business record section, quote unquote. It's like let me
yeah.
just
Personal.
putt over there.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
she practically had to like at that point like jump onto the virtual subway to get to the next portion of the hard drive. I mean,
That's
like
what I mean.
It's
It's
all
like,
right, just go to
yeah.
the U drive. Ah, fuck! I don't want to go to the
Yeah.
U drive. God damn, it's gonna take me a week.
but like they got Samuel L. Jackson just carrying it. You don't have to look at his screen with him being like, "Oh shit, motherfucker, backspace," semicolon.
Yeah, he's doing
motherfucker.
actual coding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, like the kid could do that too, or just like pan over to the dinosaurs that are getting ready to eat everybody. I don't know, something, but we don't have to make up fake computers. It wasn't that early in the 90s that this movie came out.
No, yeah.
he's just entering commands. That's what I like. It's just like It's like, okay, that's actually how computers worked back in like the 90s. Like you had commands and you just entered
DOS.
them to see how they work. Yeah. But then this girl's like, well, hold on. I got a virtual world on this computer. It's like,
There was a, you know what
Fucking
it reminded me of is there was like this game on Windows 95 that just came standard with all Windows 95 where like you were like a hovercraft playing like Capture the Flag or something like that. It was the exact same
I
graphics
remember
as
this.
that.
Yeah.
They probably
I
took
remember
it
this
from
game
this
so
movie.
well.
Yeah, true. That's probably true.
They're like, we should do that.
Yeah.
Bill Gates saw this in theaters. He's like, I know what to do. Got it. That was a great game, though, by the way.
This will stick it to that Steve Jobs cunt.
Yeah. He'll never make it in this business. Microsoft will live
These
forever.
computers suck.
Yeah. I've been sober my whole life.
All right, so then they begin this disappointing tour where none of the dinosaurs show up, so Hammond decides to give the T-Rex a goat sacrifice. Mind you, a goat sacrifice in front of his elementary school grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Just to learn him something about life, you know?
Yeah, the kids got to know.
What was the logic there? Like, how would you react if you were Timmy's age, and then out of nowhere, a T-Rex just busted out and just, like, ate a whole goat with, like, one bite?
I'd have to get back to you on
my
that.
future.
It would ruin me. Like, he'd be fucking destroyed forever.
That is a good point. Like, I can remember as a kid being like watching this movie and being absolutely infatuated with the dinosaurs, but also having like horrifying nightmares.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine as like if I was like a 6-year-old being on this actual ride and seeing a 30-foot tall Tyrannosaurus Rex demolish like a goat like that.
Like 15 feet away from you.
Yeah, you'd need, even if the fences worked and everything like that, like that would be traumatizing as fuck.
It'd be
I
terrible.
can just cut scene to 30 years later. He's on a psychiatrist's couch, and she's like, "So why do you think you have these violent musings? What's the first violent thought? What's the first violent thing you ever witnessed?" "Well, my grandfather showed me a T-Rex eating a goat when I was 4."
No, Tim, you cut to 30 years later, and there's a tombstone that said Timmy died in 1996 from a drug overdose.
You just couldn't escape. You just thought dinosaurs were everywhere. It's like, oh, God.
He just kept on saying it.
dear.
Yeah, apparently the drugs made it worse. Oh, they're back!
That is true.
Oh, raptors! All right. Let's see here. All right. And then after this, we got Ian Malcolm trying to seduce Ellie with this water and hand trick, which Malcolm has done this with like 100 different women.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's worked every single
Every time.
Every time. No, this movie, I do remember it even making me like just kind of tingle a little bit down there. Where I, like before I kind of knew what was going on, I was like, "Why is this? Why is this happening?" Everyone, listeners, I'm looking at my crotch.
Who am I in this scene? I don't even know.
Yeah, whoa. Do I want Jeff? Do I want what? You know, like sexuality hasn't even formed yet, and still, it was like my brain was like, you should be interested.
This PhD'd scientist being turned into absolute mush in Ian Malcolm's hand. He's like, "Do you like water will drip off your hand certain ways?" Like in any other context, everyone's like, "Who the fuck cares? Why are you talking to me? Go away."
Stop touching my
But if it's Ian
hand.
Malcolm saying it.
Yeah.
If it's Ian Malcolm saying it. Oh boy.
It's
You are
it's
funny.
even better than that though, Tim. It's like you were saying before with Grant, like clearly getting cuckolded. I mean, this is the most obvious flirting in the world. Very clear. He's like all over her, like touching her arm and like talking about the chills on her face, and like slowly caressing her and stuff like that.
Yep.
And all Sadler does with her presumably boyfriend/husband in the seat next to her, it's like, "Alan, look at this. Watch this man hit on me. Look at this. Isn't this interesting?
Yep.
Look at how turned on I am." What is wrong with you?
I have
goosebumps.
goosebumps, Alan.
Jesus Christ.
This is
Alan's
when you
just like, where are
must
the
be-
dinosaurs?
Yeah, exactly. This is when you realize, this is when Dr. Sadler sure realized he's not the one.
No.
You know, he's like, this guy just doesn't give a shit about me. This guy is just like, basically like has his dick out already. He's like, right? So what are we doing here? And Grant's just like, where are the fucking dinosaurs?
It makes
He
a lot
just
more
jumps
sense.
Out of the car.
It makes a lot more sense as to why he jumped out of the car at this point. Like, I think I see something in that field. Huh?
Yeah, he's just out of here. And it's just like, okay, I guess. I don't know.
the dinosaur. Yeah, so Malcolm, unfortunately for him, though, he gets cock blocked by this sick triceratops that ends with him talking to himself in the car alone.
Still funny.
I love it. I laughed out loud again. Every time.
No one would expect a Dr. Sadler to exit the car now, right? And he's just, I'm talking to myself.
Now I am.
That was good.
I am
The
talking
best
to
part
myself.
about it is that Malcolm fucked the car.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
he
He
seduced the
pleasured
car.
the car. He pleasured the car. When everyone came back, ooh, that baby was purring.
She was smoking.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. No, seriously. A little extra exhaust coming out the end there.
Also, I think that the actor that played Tim actually thought that this was a real dinosaur. Did you see his reaction? It's like
No kid had it's like Universal Studios wasn't a thing, with the dinosaurs and shit yet. No, he was the first kid ever to get to fucking, well, I mean, of course, there's the lady, there's a kid that's there too, but the first kid ever to get to see a dinosaur breathing.
Absolutely not true.
Yeah.
People and dinosaurs. People rode dinosaurs. Have you read the Bible?
Have you not been to Kentucky?
6,000 years old. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously they overlap.
Yeah.
And obviously, there's a more good reiteration of the Flintstones, which is obviously a derivation from the Bible,
Exactly.
where they helped us, mix cement, do other very important tasks. So
Yeah, they worked as the brake rotors for our cars. They were our showers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they do all that. That all makes sense.
Wash our
That's
butt.
actually in the Bible. It's called the Yabba Dabba Doo Testament.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the Old Testament.
the oldest testament.
Wabi sabi fuckers. Yeah.
So everything is now about to go to total shit, and it's all because of Dennis Nedry, who deactivates the security system after nailing his alibi story.
In which case, and then you quickly see
God.
Steinfeld walk into the room and go, "Hello, Newman."
Hello, Jerry. Sweat is just pouring down his head, and he's probably also nervous farting too. He looks like the kind of guy that would happen.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh,
If
God,
he
I'm so sorry.
wasn't-
Fuck.
Like
vending machine.
the stress, the stress sweat would have an extra heavy odor, body odor to it, just super ammonia sourness or something to
Oh,
it.
just sauteed onions.
He is way too fat to be that close to the equator. Oh, all right.
God,
So
but God, that's so funny. That and just what I just keep thinking of Seinfeld quotes now.
Yeah, that's
which
really
is
what it's
bad.
coming down to. That's what we've
Basically,
exhausted.
The crawling on your skin, on your back. All right, I'm right with him. God. He's got fleas. That's fucking hilarious.
all right. So this leads to the big moment of the movie where the guests are stuck in their electric car tracks in the pouring rain when boom, and the cup of water shakes. Boom. Maybe the power's trying to turn back on. Boom. Oh, shit, where's the goat? Oh, fuck, where'd the T-Rex come from? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. He left
no.
us. He left us. When you gotta go, you gotta go. And freeze. Get the kids. Get rid of the fire.
I was expecting
Moving
a
on.
simple, it's a trap. That's
No,
what I
no.
thought was about to
Where's
happen. It was
Adbrock?
That's later. That's later.
good thing I got a little bit of a buzz. That was entertaining. I was like, ooh, ooh.
Half of these notes are in bold font, so I was kind of having trouble reading it.
Max is looking down. And
It's okay, Max. Business as usual. Trouble reading it's fine. It's okay.
So
100
Preble,
episodes, still can't read.
abandoning children in their time of need, is that a law school class?
Abandonment is a thing, though, right? Isn't that illegal?
I mean, if you have a special relationship to the children, but my favorite part about that is you have no duty to rescue anybody. I don't. That's no, I'm not joking. That's a real thing.
No, I know you're not joking.
if someone is in trouble, you have no responsibility to help them unless you have a special relationship or there's a law that says you have to, right? Again, like Seinfeld. But yeah, I mean, if you have, unless you have a kid or you're in charge of somebody, if you meet a stranger and the stranger's drowning in a pond, see you later.
Yeah, you write a song about it, become Phil Collins.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can become a famous, terrible English singer. But the worst part about it in the law, so if someone is drowning and then you go out and try and save them and you make their condition worse, if you try and save them but you actually end up hurting them more, you can become liable for their death, or more liable. You can in a
for
way
their injuries, like Mr. Incredible.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
if
just like that.
if under the circumstance of dinosaur attack, if I
Dinosaurs,
could
yes.
somehow make the dinosaur attack worse, I could become liable for injuries received.
For example, so say you're out with these kids and I don't know, say a T-Rex pops his head through the glass roof, right? And he's trying to nom. And then you push the kid up into the mouth of the T-Rex. That's bad. That's not good. If you had
Right.
done nothing at all and run away, you would be fine.
Better.
You would be
Going back to my no helping policy.
Again, no helping. No, in all seriousness, the law would encourage that. The law encourages you to not help people.
It's very Republican
I
of
cannot
you.
stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. Unless you, it's happened before though. It's like, like, oh, like someone's like a good swimmer and they're getting caught out in like an ocean, like a riptide. Someone tries to go out and save them or something and they drag them back and they hurt them. Or someone's like, you're performing CPR on somebody and you're like not a trained professional. You hurt them. It's like, well, I know you're trying to do a good thing, but now I'm going to sue you because you fucking broke my ribs or whatever. And so don't help people.
I never
Don't
thought
do
that
it.
I would actually lose more faith in the nation from joining in on a podcast than actually watching it fall apart. So yeah, cheers, fucker. Hey, woohoo. So Tim, I have a real question for you. This whole policy that don't help people, was that in your wedding vows?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She was like, they'll like till death do us part. And I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, who knows?
It depends on if death requires like my help or not.
We'll see when we get there.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Play it by ear. It's fine.
Play it by ear.
Talking Jurassic Park.
Those kids could not have been more stupid in that situation. The fucking girl with the flashlight. Are you?
What was she doing?
What do you think? What is the thought process behind that? And then fucking Timmy closes the door. Did you think the 30,000-pound lizard was going to sneak in through the door and steal the car or something? What was the point of closing the door? I don't understand. And I need
Tim and Bill, they're in a bad neighborhood. It's a bad neighborhood. Okay, you got closed doors.
My mom
need
told
an
me to lock all the
explanation.
doors in Costa Rica.
I need an explanation to something here. Theoretically, let's imagine I'm in the back of a car and a dinosaur smashes its head through the roof, and I am able to post up with my arms and legs and hold that glass up, and the glass holds up. Glass doesn't break. How am I not smashed into like a pancake by the weight of a 15,000 pound head smashing repeatedly into my body?
Because the T-Rex doesn't like pudding. It still wants you to be a little bit solid.
Those
He likes pulp.
kids bench pressed and like squatted a Tyrannosaurus Rex off of them. So that's cool, I guess.
Well, they weren't even in that position when the glass broke down on them. They weren't already
Continuity's
there with
not-
their feet up in the air, waiting, anticipating that. They were just looking up, and it just came down. It would have completely crushed them.
Yeah.
There's a
Wait,
few,
is
there's a
Ch-
few flaws in this scene.
Has Goldblum already been crushed by hay or whatever?
No.
Okay.
So that's also something I wanted to talk about because Goldblum or Malcolm, he's been drinking in that car, and he's been drinking long enough to think that he can outrun a T-Rex.
Oh my God! Was he actually? I never realized that he's been drinking.
Yeah, he has he's got a flask.
He's got a flask, and Grant like turns it down at one point, and then
Yeah.
Grant sticks a water bottle out and fills it up, and like immediately just hands it to Malcolm
Gives him
because
the
he's
water.
probably like reeking of whiskey.
Yep, he just stinks.
What a virgin Grant is, though. What a pussy.
Yeah.
No thanks. I want to drink water. It's like this is why Ellie's dreaming about getting bent over by fucking Malcolm.
Well, seriously, I mean, Goldblum doesn't have to risk his life later because he manages to get hurt just enough.
Yeah, and then he gets all the drugs. It's a win-win
And
for
then
him.
he takes his shirt off and just gets to show it to all the women.
But
Or
I'm
men.
saying another, woman. Yeah, she's the only one on the island, basically. But the other thing I love about it is when he's got the flare and he just rips it off inside the car. Holy shit! It's like, you know what I mean?
That's when you know he's drunk.
What? I know that's what I mean. But when you take in the context, I always thought, I'm like, that's so stupid. But yeah, I didn't realize like he's just been sipping on this flask for hours. So he's like hammering. So he's like, this is a good idea.
I can outrun it. I can outrun it.
Ian Frank.
I know. God,
Yeah,
he's
what
so
is this?
good.
He's
Does
thinking
he
that he's gonna
scream
be-
like Gibraltar or something.
Yeah,
Like when he
something
runs.
The
like-
kids.
Drop it out! Yeah. Get the
And he
kids!
just starts flaring it.
In my head, I always thought that he said Geronimo. That's why I kind of like freezed up while I was going through that line because that's just imprinted in my head of Geronimo. But he's saying get the flare. Throw the flare.
Geronimo?
That's what I thought he was saying. I never knew what Grant
I mean
was saying.
Geronimo?
Who gives a fuck what I say? Fuck you, Tim.
Oh, you're welcome.
Hey.
I think Malcolm at this point, though, he's like, man, I could be the hero, and at minimum, I'll get a blowjob from Lex and Tim's mom. At minimum.
Yeah, right. Somebody, yeah, right.
Somebody's sucking the Goldblum.
Yeah, Beth would be there in a minute.
All right, then after the shitstorm where Tim gets launched.
Bill is not happy about that joke.
It took me a minute to register what you like. I was like, I don't know who's Beth. Oh, Tim. Oh, Tim.
Not you, Tim.
And then it was just disappointment.
Yeah, so then Tim gets Timmy, not Tim, begin. Timmy, old Timmy from Jurassic Park. He gets launched into a tree, and then we got Nedry's comeuppance, where he's eaten by the Dilophosaurus before he can escape the island with the embryos.
That was an intense scene, especially seeing the dinosaur go from like, oh, I'm kind of cute, even though I know that you can eat stuff because you guess what? You got pointy teeth, duh. But the whole like, yeah, like thing that happens, like that was fucking intense. To this day, that still gets me.
And the fact that it spits tar like into his face. I mean, yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like, what is this thing?
It's the
that's
first, dude. It's the first vagina with teeth, guys. That's exactly what like every little boy saw. Like, you know, just deep down, you're like, that's what it is.
I just remember like it made cute sounds, but I never remember being like. I remember thinking like, this thing is fucking ugly, man. Run away from this.
This thing's as tall as you.
This thing's as tall as you. It's a lizard. You know, obviously you don't know dick about this. I would just start running, you fat piece of shit.
It's just roaming around the side of the road, dude. Like, get the fuck away from that thing.
Get out
It's
of
at
here.
least as big as a fucking alligator.
Yes.
You would run away from an alligator, right?
Also, it knows how to open and close passenger doors, as we find out.
Yeah, exactly. The door's closed, and then somehow now it's open. He's on the other side, and then they just start having raucous sex. Because that's all I ever know. I think about it. It's just like the car is like flipping its way. I'm like, what's happening?
Tar-filled
There's
sex.
no way that they're like rotating back and forth in such a way where it's like, I'm taking a bite out of you. Now he's coming over here. Now I'm taking
I want
another
some.
bite. Now I'm coming back over here. It's like, no, I don't think this
they're
is
fighting to see who's going to be on top.
Yeah.
Good point. It's a bottom
That
v top situation. We don't need that.
That Dilophosaurus definitely followed Nedry to that restaurant on the mainland. And he was like, yes, Nedry, yes, fatten up. Fatten up. You will be mine one day.
Get that second dessert.
I mean, seriously, dude. They're like the Dilophosaurus. All that is, that's just crazy pussy, man. That's all.
Trying to avoid it, it just follows you.
That's just a metaphor, man. That's all that fucking thing is. Yeah, it spits at you. You know, it looks at you in crazy ways. It makes it. There's a lot going on there, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to, but I kind of need to know who your ex-girlfriends were.
Yeah, I
made
did
you
have.
Spitting at you, biting you. It's got teeth.
Spitting hot tar at you.
Top tower, it's about 4'6".
I had one
tail.
screaming that it was going to kill me back in fucking freshman year of college. So yeah, it's there.
I remember that one.
Oh yeah,
I'd prefer the
Oh,
Dilophosaurus.
yeah. Me too.
All right, I gotta take
Hindsight
a-
is 2020.
I'm gonna take a real quick pee. All right, everyone.
Okay.
Everyone
Do
go with
it.
this?
Yeah,
All right,
I'll go
beer.
get a real quick beer.
Yep.
I'll just mention that. Did anybody else notice the water slide that Nedry fell down on?
That was an intense water slide.
Yeah, but they actually had it like grooved in. You can see like the little stairs with the slide.
Oh, I didn't notice it in that. No.
I just hated the sound effect where you get the zing.
I know.
Yeah,
I never, even as a kid, I didn't like it.
I don't understand that. I really don't understand that.
I think
it's for the kids.
it's the wire that he's holding on to, and I think he like it. That's like the like
There's,
how
like,
that it's just
tension.
kind of yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think that, or it's just a comical fat guy falling.
That's what it really looks and sounds like. I never understood that.
All right, back into the episode. So then we got Grant climbing this tree to rescue Timmy.
Yeah, fuck you, Tim.
Why? Look, I mean, you probably. Why did they climb down underneath the car? You know
I
what
know.
mean?
I was thinking, I'm like,
Yeah.
The tree-
climb across.
A tree exists in 360 or like in 3D. There's branches on all sides. You climb directly underneath the car.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. They just survived a Tyrannosaurus Rex attack. That's the first that's happened in millions of years. I think that they deserve
On
to.
humans? It's the first time ever.
Yeah.
First time in a few weeks.
Unless, Barney Rubble, and that time he got drunk and, just had at it.
So yeah, I think they were a little bit shook.
Yeah.
And once
That being
again, the doctor was trying to make sure that one of the kids died because he hates them so much anyway.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
fucking-
But that being said, I just like the idea of like kids climbing trees is like quintessential kid activity, and this fucking nerd piece of shit can't even climb a fucking tree. It's like you're a child. This is like something you're just supposed to be able to do, like a monkey. You know what I mean? It's like
I think part of this
Do
because
it.
Timmy clearly has a concussion. Because he gets in the car and he goes, I threw up. And it's like, yeah, you probably have a concussion, Timmy, because a T-Rex just threw you off a fucking bridge.
Yeah.
Timmy should have been dead 8 times in this.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
He should have
They don't
suffocated
make
from
him
all
like
that blood. The T-Rex should have eaten him. And then he should have just died in that tree thing because all the glass was already broken. How the fuck did he stay in the tree or stay in
I
the
know.
car?
You know
So-
why? You know how he lived? He buckled up.
Jesus.
So
He let
it's-
Jesus take the wheel.
Let Jesus take the wheel.
No. This is twofold. Jesus doesn't have anything to do with this, but what does have to do with the seatbelt and Jeff Goldblum's fucking whiskey flask. He got some of that because guess what? When you get into an accident, drunk drivers tend not to get hurt because they're so relaxed and chilled and everything. So I think the kid's been shit-faced. That's what I think he's a terrible child and he should have died at the very beginning. And taking it
All
off
right.
because if I have to see him jump around like a fucking broken turkey or ostrich the rest of the goddamn movie doing this, I'm gonna fucking freak out.
Timmy should have really fallen down those stairs when he was trying to greet his grandfather at the very beginning. Kids! Oh no! Falls backward, just cracks and breaks his neck. All right, well, that's the end of that.
All right, back at the T-Rex site, Ellie and Muldoon find several pieces of Gennaro as well as an injured Malcom.
Yeah.
I like how
Even. Go ahead. No, go next.
I was just gonna say I like how Muldoon is just yelling at Ellie like a high school girl. Ellie, come on!
It's true, but I will say, even though it's a little behind, I just love the way either way Goldblum falls. It's hot as fuck.
It's like,
He
oh.
flops like a fish, and then you just see like little branches fall over him. Oh, God, black
Sleep
shirt,
tight, sweet
rip
prince.
open.
It was like an 80s music video. Yeah.
Between
Dude,
I'm
Between-
buried by your love.
all the Goldblum sex appeal and Dilophosaurus scarring all boys about vaginas going forward for the rest of their lives, I think this movie was just meant to turn people gay.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
okay. And we get the heart. We get the
don't know what
heart.
that
Max
means.
loves that one. Wow.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we have the host.
Those
who's now
emojis
official-
have been on for the last like 6 episodes, and I was sick of seeing it, so I just clicked the heart for it to go away.
Is that the react thing
Yes.
at the bottom? Oh, I'll react. Hooray.
I'll
I
react
don't know what
too.
this
You
means.
fucks.
These are so useless to me.
Yeah, this is
Skype
stupid.
sucks.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
fucking Skype.
I'll
It's
give you a
been
thumbs up.
replaced.
But it didn't go away. The heart is still there. Nothing changed.
All right, and then you get some
Good.
more ominous John Williams music where Malcolm sees the water ripples inside of the big T-Rex foot. And then through the trees, the T-Rex goes, hey, and just charges at the car.
It does it just like that. It was in its own unique dialect, and it really was trying to be polite. It wanted to make friends. It wanted to play.
Where you going? Come back.
How fast do you think a T-Rex can run?
Well, according to the movie, 35 miles per hour.
Yeah, I think like a car can go a lot faster than 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, seriously. Especially these things, because they get like the full-on like Jeep.
Well,
where
they're in
they-
the first gear, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, guys. Hello, remember? Don't forget that. What's his face? Sadler's just fucking throwing on the stick shift. So they're like, "Get off it!" You know,
Get off
must
the
go
shift!
faster.
Let's go
You know,
faster.
get off the shift. Get off the shift. Must go faster. And obviously, in the mirror close, and they appear.
Yeah, so
Boom,
good. All of
boom,
it.
Boom.
Shout out
that
to
is
Superfan
solid.
Scott, by the way.
That scene is
Hey,
so
Scott.
fantastic. Wait, why are we shouting out to Scott?
Fuck you, Bill.
Okay.
It's
Fair
okay.
enough.
Okay. Cool,
No,
cool,
but
cool,
I
cool,
do
cool,
love
cool.
how they threw that into Independence Day, though. Where like you got a must go faster in Independence Day, which was fan-fucking-tastic. Now, what I will say, Jeff Goldblum could not be replaced in Independence Day at all.
Okay.
Talking
Jurassic
Independence
Park.
Day.
Jurassic Park, though, he's fucking useless. Guys,
Dude, they're
get
fucking
him out of here.
the aliens. The aliens made the dinosaurs. Okay. Fine.
Okay, then we get the cute scene in this perfect 5-person tree bed where a Grant turns into a Papa Bear and watches over the kids sleeping, which leads to a Bronchosaurus sneezing on Lex.
That was
Good.
great.
Yeah,
Love it.
so here's the thing. Just because something's a herbivore doesn't mean that it's inherently docile and peaceful. Like, zebras will kick the fucking shit out of you because they're incredibly territorial. This thing's
When
just
was the last time you were hanging out with zebras, Bill?
they live in Maine. They're native to Maine. I don't know what you're talking about. All the time.
That's a true statement.
Yeah,
All right, fine. Moose can be incredibly hostile.
Yeah, okay.
So, and like, just because this thing eats plants doesn't mean that it wants you in its tree. Like, they are incredibly lucky that that thing didn't just like smash the fuck out of them. And Dr. Grant's just like, oh, it's like a big cow. Oh God, it's eating me. Oh Jesus.
It bit onto my arm. It thinks my arm's the branch.
You've
gonna
looked
taste for
at
blood.
this thing in bone form. How the fuck do you know what it's going to do?
Right, exactly.
That's a good point.
That would have been hilarious, though. Like if they just find out that the T-Rex is the like the herbivore, and then the Bronchosaurus is just like mauling and eating everybody. It's like, oh my God, it's too big. We can't stop it.
Oh my God, we've been tracking the wrong dino.
It can swim. It's going to mainland.
I don't know. My mind always goes South Park, like, they're raping me!
They're raping me and it hurts.
That's a big tail, guys. That's all I'm saying.
Meanwhile, we have Hammond eating buckets of private label Jurassic Park ice cream during this well-acted Mad King monologue where Malcolm is doped up in the other room recovering from a T-Rex bite.
God, so good.
This is
All right.
this. Well, this
Yeah,
is
that's what it
this.
is.
I don't know. Have any of you guys read the book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to. I
Book's
really
great.
still want to because I love Crichton.
Oh,
Looks a
it's-
lot different from the movie.
Well,
Recommendation for everybody: read Prey. It was one of his last books. I'll shut up.
John,
Anyways.
I'll just say I fucking hate Crichton. I
Yeah.
actually,
Oh my God.
I really enjoy the Jurassic Park books, and then like I read. Well, I actually thought about this during the movie. I read Andromeda Strain, Timeline, and State of Fear, and it was just like, oh, you write the same exact book every fucking time, and like you just hate science. Like
In some cases. Andromeda Strain was good though. You can't fuck with Andromeda Strain.
Andromeda Strain is it's not terrible, but I would not say that it's good at all. State of Fear is one of the worst books I've ever read in my life.
That one I don't know.
It's basically Michael Crichton. It's the same thing as every other story. It's science is bad. In this case, it's climate change. Climate science is bad, and climate change isn't real. And State of Fear is basically an entire like anti-climate change propaganda book. So I'm not a big fan of Michael Crichton. But
Well, he's
Holy
dead now.
shit. Yeah, he is dead. Oh yeah,
He's
fuck
dead,
that guy.
so Bill, so you're
Well,
dead,
good.
dead.
Go fuck him.
Speaking ill of the dead. Okay.
The thing I was going to say is that like this scene is you get like a big difference between the book character of Hammond and
Oh my God,
because like
yeah.
the movie character Hammond is kind of like is like a kid that found a gun. He doesn't know what he's doing. He thinks it's cool and it's neat and he's trying to like be cool or something like that.
That's what Malcolm actually compares him to.
Oh,
It's like you're like a kid that found his dad's shotgun.
yeah.
That's what he says. Yeah.
In the book, like he is a lot more like
He's menacing. He's a monster.
menacing.
Yeah.
Menacing.
Oh, okay.
He
So
uses
he's like
the in the book. He brings the kids there to hope that it would soften all of the consultants into like approving the park. He's like, oh, the kids will love it. They'll see the kids love it, and they'll make them softer. And then he like talks about how he's like, I fucking hate those little shits. Like, the goddamn daughter with her shitty marriage and dragging her kids into this, and like he's not nice at all.
No.
And he
Oh,
does.
not at
so
all.
he's full Machiavellian kind of it's like CEO, national corporation. Yeah, okay, got it. All right.
So and he has a monologue talking. Instead of the fleas, it's the clone baby elephant that he starts talking about. And the elephant was like super mean and would attack people, and then he eventually just killed the elephant. It's some like psycho CEO
It's
shit.
some really crazy stuff.
Yeah. It's a great
I think it was
book,
a good
though.
decision what they did with the character in the movie. But
So, do you know the story of like how this movie came out in the book, like the two parallels of the book in the movie?
no.
So Crichton, he was pitching ER to Spielberg, and then he mentioned how he was thinking of writing a book, which is Jurassic Park, and Spielberg got the rights before he even wrote the book, and they started working on the script before the book was even done. So that's why there's so much different too. And Crichton, like he co-wrote the script of this movie too.
That kind of ruins the book.
That's
I don't think I
interesting.
would have fucking watched the book. I don't want to watch the book. I don't want to read the book anymore.
The book's good because it's just it's a different story. Like
It,
there's
like-
a lot of differences.
There's a lot of different and it melds like the second movie, Jurassic Park 2, except for when they go to San Diego, is like a lot of what happens in the book.
Yeah.
It like the two overlap and kind of like
Except
mix
it's
around
Dotson.
where storylines happen.
Except Dotson's a bad guy
Dotson-
instead of the nephew in the second one.
Dotson's an awesome character.
Yeah.
Now, does Muldoon survive? That's what I want to know.
I don't think Muldoon is as big of a character.
Are
in
he
the
like
book.
even really a thing so much?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. One of the other characters is much more prominent. Is the one that Ellie is with the Triceratops. He's in it a lot more. And then Gennaro is like a nice guy.
Yeah.
He like saves the kids.
That being said, I know I haven't read this book, or I may have read like a bit of it. I like how everyone else is engaged, and I just like Tim's on his phone.
I've been cracking up at Tim and Mike.
He's like,
It's 11 o'clock at night. Who the fuck you talking to, Tim?
They're talking books. Time to pull out the
Oh,
phone.
well, time to look at some porn.
I heard you guys start talking about authors and books, and I was like, yeah, all right, time for me to check out.
Porn time.
Tim's like, I got 5 minutes to myself now. All right, let me think about this.
Big
Hey,
bucks.
for the listeners, just so they understand, is that I'm happy to say that Tim has put away the shotgun and brought back the fishing pole. So this is
true.
good. This is
That's
good.
good. That is good.
Same progress.
Back to the movie. Fast forward and hold on to your butts as Sam Jackson is forced to shut down the power grid and travel to the maintenance shed in order to reboot the entire system.
God,
Again,
love it.
why wouldn't you have that, located in the whole control center? Or like something, Seems like a poor design. Where is that on the other side of the island? What the fucking idea was that?
Yeah.
And like you don't
It's
even
a-
have like a covered tunnel that can get to it or anything.
Yeah.
You know
there's
that.
not even a fucking road you can drive to. You have to walk to it.
Yeah.
It's surrounded by
Yeah.
a gated, like, a chain link fence.
Right next to the raptor pen.
Yeah, right next to it's like
We're constantly
why?
trying to break out.
Why are we doing this?
Tim, maybe you can answer this for me. Does it make any sense at all that if you are turning the power off to something, you could break a circuit switch, or like you know what I mean? Like where
The circuit breaker would trip if you had a power surge and there were too many amps flowing.
but if you turned everything off, the circuit breaker could flip.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
No. Like I said, the only way it would happen if you got too many amps flowing. Turning something off that's the antithesis of that.
But I know how to read a schematic.
I do
understand
also
technology.
I do also like later when Ellie like needs to do a pump. She needs to pump up
Oh my god!
the
I like it.
the electrical equipment like it's a fucking balloon or something like that. I'm like, that's not how that works.
That's how
You don't-
technology works, right?
Yeah.
No,
you don't-
just 3 pumps should do it.
Yeah. You
I
don't
think I
need
wrote that down.
just
Like,
like-
Ellie can 3-pump me anytime.
Yeah.
Put her whole back into it.
I don't know. It's been a while, but I don't think that's how electrons work.
Then again, though, there's dinosaurs on this island, Tim. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, science and actually the way things work like don't actually matter in this movie.
Oh, and by the way, Timmy would be dead.
10,000 volts.
oh, yes. We'll get into that here in a second. What I was gonna say, though, is also Muldoon should have gone with Arnold. What the fuck was he doing?
Yeah.
he's not doing anything.
Is he just
He's
like
hanging out?
Hammond's muscle? Like, he just wouldn't let him leave? It's like, dude, you just gotta let this guy who knows, the only guy who knows how to get his back like up and running, just let him go by himself.
Muldoon's like Nick Nolte in Tropic Thunder. He was actually in the Coast Guard. He's not like a real hunter.
He has the sweetest looking shotgun whatever I've ever seen in my life though. I
Bendy
love
thing.
the way he just opens it up. I've never fired a gun in my life. I'll say that. But I was like, this thing looks amazing. It's like this is the one gun I would like to fire. It's like flipping it open. It's like, oh god.
This might be completely false and just bullshit, but I had seen something a long time ago that said that particular model of shotgun actually hadn't even been released to, like, frankly, the planet yet. Like, somehow it just made it into the movie. And it is a real shotgun, I think. I don't know if it's any good or not, but I mean.
That wouldn't surprise me. Poor
Yeah.
Sam Jackson in this movie, though. Again, reeling it back in. This bastard. He shuts down the power. The raptors immediately break out and stalk Sam Jackson into the shed, and then they just eat him. It's like,
Yes.
it was a 1-2-3 punch is not fun for him.
I feel like that Sam deserved a scene of being eaten as opposed to just finding his severed arm.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, I mean, like,
ripped
at least we
apart.
got to see a shark eat him in Deep Blue Sea. Like this, it was just like, oh, it's his arm.
Well, meanwhile, Alan and the kids get stuck in the middle of this Gallimimus stampede that's broken up by the T-Rex, just bursting in and eating one of the dinosaurs.
That T-Rex just saves everyone's ass. This whole fucking episode.
It does.
They were gonna get trampled by those Gallimimuses.
I know I went to this long-winded story in the first episode, but I vividly remember seeing that scene in theaters when I was 4 years old. I walked
Everybody
into the
did.
theater seeing that. You
Everybody
saw this movie
did.
in theaters?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
I did not. I saw it on
I did
VHS
not.
at home.
Yeah, no, yeah,
I was gonna
VHS.
say, I don't think a lot of 4-year-olds were seeing this movie in its
yeah.
original run.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. So then
No.
we got Ellie and
Fuck
Muldoon
you, Max.
head to the
no,
shed.
I'm not putting up with this shit. No, go ahead. Sorry.
So then with the bumbling help of this rich old Scottishman and this womanizer who's high in morphine, Ellie somehow is able to find the breakers, turn on the power. But it's a trap! And one of the raptors
There it
breaks through the walls and chases after her.
Just dragging that stupid lantern, behind her. I'm just like,
Why does
She's
she
like-
gallop? I want to know why
Yeah.
she gallops.
I don't know. She maybe got hurt somewhere
I think she
along the
sprained
way.
an
I was
ankle or
wondering the
something.
same thing.
I didn't see an injury because you get to see all of the skin on her legs until we get to like the, and there were no injuries.
No, there were no injuries. Maybe she pulled a
also-
hammy.
She could have pulled a hammy. There could have been. You get a Charlie horse, that shit'll fuck your day up.
that being said, though, how can these T-Rexes not run her down?
Yeah.
She's not like an
Velociraptors.
Olympic
No,
athlete.
Pribble. We're not going to do that. Velociraptors. She's not being chased by T-Rex.
No, you're
Stop.
dinosaurs.
Sorry. Sorry, Dine.
Oh, I love
whatever.
Bill.
Bill's already writing a very passionate email to me. So, like, how fucking dare you not remember them?
It's 100% true though. Like she's running on that little like gangway plank, and it's like
Yes.
it jumps down. It's like 10 feet behind her. I was like, okay, and then she
did.
has to climb a staircase that's like 50 feet tall and get out a door. And
Yeah,
Muldoon
'cause we
said that
see-
they are cheetah speed earlier in the movie.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
And cheetahs
And
go like
they-
60 miles
60,
an hour.
70
And
miles
they
an hour.
and they can jump extremely well.
As we see in
Seems
this
like-
movie, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I never got that. Unless this is the dumbest and the fattest, velociraptor we have here. It's just like, hey, I'm just here to round out the team. It's like this doesn't make any sense that this raptor
We
didn't.
need an
eat the
extra
fuck
guy
out
to
of it.
have the teams be even.
Yeah. No, we need 5-on-5. So we gotta take fatty raptor over there and get him in the team.
Well,
Make
is
him
it
feel-
because they had to sick the A team of Raptors on Muldoon? Is that
Yeah.
why?
Could be. Could
Yeah.
Well, the other one was too dumb that he locked himself in that shed.
I know. Yeah, okay,
Like
Tom.
an
Literally
Right.
broke through the
Guys,
power
so stupid.
controls. Like, where the fuck did he even come from? That looks
know.
like that was all concrete.
Also, I wish that would have just broken the entire power
All the
grid
power
right
shut
there.
off
It's just
again.
like it's all fucked anyway. Like, yeah.
Well,
And
the
then you
raptor
get a-
did come through a bunch of cables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
Either
wasn't
would have
good
got
for it.
electrocuted or all the power would have shut off again.
Yeah.
Or both.
And then we get another good thing from Hammond going, dab! A nice British dab! That was good.
And then we got Timmy getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
So,
Love it.
Tim, can you explain to us why that kid should be dead again?
Why did you do that?
Because okay, so just for reference, like the paddles that you get paddled
Yeah.
with when
Yeah,
you have
yeah, Defibrillator.
that's literally
you're
like
getting
you literally
initiated?
may be getting 2 amps across your heart when those things go on you.
Yeah.
Like 2 amps. 10,000 volts. That would probably be more like on the order of 100 amps. Look up if you ever want to see something cool, and it's not really cool because the people die, but I guess cool isn't a good
Depends how many
description.
beers deep you are. I get it.
Look
Okay,
up
yeah.
look up arc flash, and it's literally like like these electricians are working on these massive pieces of electrical equipment like substations
Mhm.
and transformers and stuff. And arc flash is what happens when there's like a loose current that gets out of those. They disappear. Like I'm like they're vaporized. That's how like that's like 10,000
Damn.
volts.
Wow.
They're just gone. Their boots are there, and then like they're gone.
Jeez,
So, like,
I wish that would have
yeah.
happened to this fucking kid.
That
That would have
would've
been
been
great.
a
Yeah.
fucking
They don't
awesome
comically
liquefied.
thrive through the air with spiked up hair.
Also, if you're Timmy, you got a mad dog down that. Like, either way, you're falling off. Just start mad dogging until you trip and fall.
Yeah. I know. The kid's trying to be all, no, like you just got to take it.
It was like, Tim, you just lost like 5 feet right there just by counting. Just keep on going, buddy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
All right. Then our sweet, sweet power bottom Muldoon meets his poetic end when the raptors outsmart and ambush him.
Clever bitch. That's what it should have been.
Clever cunt.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's British.
We know what they would have said. It's a term of endearment, mate. It's fine.
But the obvious point here, and we must have made it in the last time. Don't say clever girl. Shoot her in the face. You just that's what killed you.
Yep.
You know what? I think that he really did, like, you know, even though like you the first scene you see him step on, they all must be destroyed.
I actually love them.
He does love them, and that's what.
I wish I could quit you, and that's what he should have said. That's what he should have said, and then the raptor would have mauled them like fucking Heath Ledger mauled Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
just spitting
like
on the hand. As my wife comes in, hello, thank you.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Nikki.
Oh, the timing.
Nah, it's okay. I heard that you could get back at it. Didn't she make you just single-handedly shovel the entire front lawn or whatever?
Yep, shoveled the lawn.
Yeah,
I love the driveway.
You shoveled
the
the
driveway
lawn.
ice.
That's right.
Shoveled the lawn.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. No, I did that on my own accord. Also, so this scene though, this is kind of similar or like reminiscent to Quint from Jaws. Like they both had kind of similar endings in which like the hunter becomes the hunted and the monster eats them. But for Quint, that is so much more fucking graphic and brutal than this movie, and that is a PG movie. Mm-hmm. They don't even show anything in this. It's just all like you know obviously what's happening, but
it's all implied.
It's all implied. Yeah. It's the implication.
Yes.
All right. So then Ellie is able to escape and reunites with Grant, who left the kids in the dining hall for the raptors. That leads to the thrilling cat and mouse chase in the kitchen.
That was amazing.
I do. I love that scene. I will say.
With those alien hands opening the door.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So of course they can open doors. I also like that they want to lick ladles, which was a little weird. I don't know why that was like. There wasn't even anything on the ladle. Like the ladle falls in the and it's like the raptor's like.
It's a dog move. It's because because Lex was tapping on it, I think. Or no, that was afterwards. No, they just brushed by that one.
Kink, and then she runs.
I mean, they probably jostled it. It did fall.
Yeah.
Although I'll say that the ladle like jumps off that hook with absolutely no provocation at all. It's like he like jostles the thing. They're all kind of swinging, except the ladle is like perfectly still, and like they all kind of go quiet, and he's just there, and then the ladle's just like, well, look this, it jumps off.
The ladle's time to shine. It's dives.
Do you think there's any chance at all that Lex was intentionally doing a reflection in the oven? I think she's just stupid and was just screaming.
She was just lucky.
She's not.
Yeah.
She would have got fucking destroyed by the raptor and had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And then a little bit later, hold on. Yeah. Okay. So then a little bit later, Grant, Ellie, and the kids are in the control room fighting off the other raptor when Lex saves the day with her super realistic computer hacker skills.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my fucking God. Oh. What is it that you called it, Tim? Like the Pac-Man of user interfaces? It's just. Oh
Pac-Man.
yeah, you have to beat a game just to find the right folder. Like it doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh yes, you must defeat this boss on this level and also find your way here. You have to take the digital subway to make it to the other hard drive if you're trying to get there. It's just
Grant and Ellie get
Mario.
eaten, and she's like, "We still
Sorry,
got 2
Mario,
lives
your
left."
other file is the file is in the other castle. It's like this is miserable. I have no patience for this. None.
Once again, Arnold, Samuel L. Jackson's character earlier in the movie, just like typing in DOS commands with the cigarette hanging out of his mouth. That's all we needed. Here, you could just like flash to the girl. She's just doing computer stuff. And then you flash back to the dinosaurs trying to fucking kill and rape everybody. And then you flash back and then she's trying to make sure that everybody doesn't get killed and raped. And then you flash back to the dinosaurs. That's all you need.
Agreed.
Yeah, they already build her up as a hacker. Like, you don't really need to sell me anymore. I'm buying the story. Like, yeah.
Also, every time I see this, I always just scream at Tim. It's like, give them the fucking gun, Timmy. You're useless. What are you doing over there?
It's not helpful to stand behind the chair and flap his arms.
Yeah.
He's like doing a failed attempt at a jumping jack.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's not much of the athlete type, I guess. You know.
All right, so we're actually getting towards the end of the movie here. In the rare occurrence in which the third act is just as strong as the first two. So everyone climbs through the vents and jumps off the dino bones and are cornered by the raptors. When out of the fucking blue, this T-Rex appears and chops the airborne attacking raptor. Where did the T-Rex come from?
Exactly. Where did it come from? Did it just Kool-Aid man through a wall and no one heard it? Like, what? How?
Isn't there a giant open door behind it?
Not big enough
But
for a
is the door
T-Rex.
big enough for the T-Rex? I always think about that. The door is big, I agree, but is it big enough for him to come through?
You could also hear the T-Rex walking from like a mile away earlier in the movie. He's shaking the earth, and then out of nowhere, he's just, hey.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, I'm going to eat this raptor for y'all.
Have
Have a good time. See you next summer.
Crunchy.
Jurassic Park, y'all.
Get it? There's going to be like 6 of these. Sorry, y'all.
Ooh, this is much more tasty than the lawyer.
Okay. That was good.
Anyways, everyone agrees that the park was not a good idea, as the movie ends with Grant cuddling with the kids and looking out the window of the chopper to see a flock of birds flying next to him, as we get the beautiful John Williams score to close out the movie. Jurassic Park.
This is really all just one big movie about how fatherhood's good.
Very conflicting messages with Jeff Goldblum sex appeal and vaginas have teeth and spit tar at your face.
It's a complex, they ladle a lot of complexity.
Welcome to the mind of John.
Yeah, the mind of John. This is where I come from. Yeah, just everywhere at once. That's what it is. Robin Williams, just not nearly as funny.
Well, it's just because you're not on cocaine, John.
Am I?
Or are you?
I said you're not.
No?
You're not.
Okay, good.
You're
I
not.
thought you said that I was. I was like, really? Did I do that?
Like, that joke didn't land.
No, everything's fine then. Okay.
Did I? Have I? Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, no, actually so I've never done cocaine, but there was the one time where I came back from a bachelor party and was talking to my parents and they were like, hey, how was it? And I was like, oh my God, guys, it was snowing. There was blow everywhere. And my mother comes running out because I was talking really to my father and she comes running out of the other room. She's like, you didn't do any, did you? I was like, no, Mom, I didn't do any fucking cocaine. She's like, good, because my doctor told me that we're genetically predisposed to die from it. I was like, well, thanks for telling me.
So is everybody else.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not a natural thing that humans usually
The doctor
do.
said if you do too much of it, you might die.
Yeah. So, but goddamn.
Okay.
Anyway.
So no trivia this week. We're going to do a casting of what ifs, but before that, this is something that I was reading into right before we got on. So there was actually 2 other endings of this movie that they had anticipating doing that never happened. So
Could I guess one of them?
go ahead.
Okay. I think it's definitely hardcore full penny between Dr. Sadler and Ian Malcolm.
The T-Rex is just mauling everybody, and then Goldblum's just in the other room with Ellie. He's
No,
like,
the T-Rex.
come with
They're
me.
still up on the bones.
Yeah.
They're just having at it.
Yeah. The T-Rex actually stops, pulls up a T-Rex sized lazy boy, starts smoking a cigarette while he's watching over in
Trying
the
to
corner.
jerk it, but it can't because it's little hands.
I can't reach. I have big dick, little arms.
Someone scratched my tail. Yep, that's what happened, Tim. You got it. Dead on.
Yeah, I figured.
Oh my God, Tim at fucking 11 o'clock at night. It's rad. I'm sorry, buddy.
After a long work
Well, I don't
week.
give a shit. It's fucking Friday. Who cares?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bill cares because he has a child and responsibilities, but I don't.
Bill's child's going to wake up in an hour.
Yeah.
You're still doing the podcast, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can talk now. You know that,
time
right?
to
Yep.
change my diaper.
That's why Bill's not saying anything. He's just like,
Yeah.
You're
so
right.
funny.
This sucks.
I would have more fun listening to this episode than being on it.
If I wasn't in Maine, I could actually try to kill one of you, but here I am.
Okay.
true.
Ending first. The first ending, all right? So they're still at the visitor center. They're going through the vents, and then the raptor's about to attack when blam, the raptor gets shot in midair by John Hammond. And then they get on the chopper and leave. Not a good ending.
No, that
bad.
would
Holy
Very,
shit.
very bad.
Bad. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Not good. Second ending, much different. And they actually have like the storyboards of this. It was on one of their DVD specials, so like this one's definitely legit too. So instead of the visitor center, Grant and the kids are driving through the jungle trying to make it to the helicopter while the T-Rex is chasing after them. Then a tree crashes in front of them, which makes them have to run on foot as the T-Rex gets closer. And then at the last second, Grant is able to get a hand onto the chopper, and then it starts to take off with the T-Rex snapping at him. But then the T-Rex actually gets a piece of the chopper and starts to pull it back down until it like rips off the runner of the chopper, and then they're able to escape.
That would also have been awful.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah.
And it was going to be way too expensive and way too much CGI at the time, so that's why they balked on it.
Well, I mean, I thought we were sparing no expense. But.
Somewhere, John Hammond is furious.
Yeah.
He's just vomiting in rage.
Yeah. Damn!
Did you spared an expense?
How am I supposed to write this off if you spare an expense?
Yeah.
All right, next segment here. Alternate casting. So this was Timmy's idea where we recast Jurassic Park. So who wants to go first?
I'll take a stab at it, and I'm not even going to be very drastic. I'm going to do a little bit of musical chairs with actors here. So I would actually replace Jeff Goldblum's character, replace flip-flop Jeff Goldblum's character with Samuel L. Jackson. I think you still would have just as much of a sex symbol. I feel like Jeff Goldblum would also still be a very sexy, chain-smoking cigarette coder in the background and still being able to be eccentric in himself. But I think flipping those two around would have been pretty good because I am far more attracted to Samuel L. Jackson than I am with Jeff. So,
All right.
Interesting.
but it also could just be super fucking funny just to see those two flip. Where he's like, you just see Samuel L. Jackson in the back. He's like, bitch, you see this water running down your fucking hand? You know what that means? We're about to fuck. And like that's the scene. It's like cut.
There's no subtlety.
Right. Yeah, no subtlety whatsoever. He's like, is that a fucking goat?
I'm tired of these motherfucking dinosaurs in this motherfucking park. I have two alternate casting recommendations. One, Sam Neill, get him out of there. Mel Gibson, get him in there. Okay. Two, whatever her name is, Dr. Sadler. What's her name, Max?
Laura Dern.
Laura Dern. Get her out of there. Danny Glover. Get him in there. Okay? Those are my two casting recommendations.
Not Rinka?
Would have made the movie amazing. And I would have kept all the sexual tension between Danny Glover and Jeff Goldblum too.
Stillman is good.
I'm getting let me see your hand. See the imperfections in the hand. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Exactly.
Riggs, stop touching my fucking hand.
Riggs, look, Riggs.
Riggs, he's doing a water trick.
There's a dinosaur over there, Raj. I'm just as old as dinosaur.
Now, Tim, you were very passionate there for a moment, and Max had thrown out another option for you, which was Rinka. What would you say? Would Rinka fit well?
Rinka could get eaten at some point, but I don't know. I wouldn't make her a main character.
All right, I have a few suggestions here.
Good morning, Bill.
I think. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? I took a little nap there. Got my energy, my strength back. I think you can make a nice even swap with Muldoon for Jonathan Hyde Van Pelt from
Jumanji.
Jumanji. Yep.
Oh, great idea.
There's a lot of Jumanji parallels in this too. Go on, Bill.
There
I'm
are,
sorry.
yeah. No. I'd like to make Gennaro Ben Stiller because I fucking hate Ben Stiller, and I'd like to see him get eaten by a Tyrannosaurus Rex off a toilet. If I could change Lex's storyline to also being eaten, I'd like to make Drew Barrymore Lex for the same reason. Fuck Drew Barrymore. And then finally, I don't know how anybody hasn't thought of this, but obviously Timmy should have been Tobey Maguire, right, John?
Exactly. No,
Yeah.
in his fetal form.
Greatest actor of our generation. Is what I remember correctly.
Indeed. No, I actually still want him to have a fucking tail and be a sperm. Like, that's what I'm looking for. And I think that probably would have done pretty well. But yeah, Tobey Maguire, everything. Any role
Everything.
Tobey Maguire can fucking handle it. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it in spades.
That's true.
You need him to steal your wife? He can take it. It's fine.
Yeah. So I mean, I only thought of one replacement, and so I would like to replace Muldoon with a fellow countryman of Paul Hogan.
Ooh,
And
Crocodile
yes, I
Dundee.
wanted- I know exactly. The reason I want Crocodile Dundee is because I just wanted to go, that's not an X, that's an X, and just have him constantly misidentifying the dinosaurs. So that's not a T-Rex. That's a Brachiosaurus. And then they're like, no, that's not what it is. It's like, oh shit, really? And just walking around. I just think that would,
He watched
hell.
just right up to the Velociraptors, doing the hand thing.
Or when the Velociraptor comes out of the bushes and Muldoon does his favorite line, Paul Hogan goes, "That's not a tooth."
Again, just think of the hilarity you could have with this kind of thing. So that was my big casting what if
I like
or
that one.
changeroo.
Oh, that's good.
God.
So I would substitute Grant for Harrison Ford and Hammond for Sean Connery, so we can just have another Spielberg Indiana Jones reunion.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
He could have done it. He could have done it.
Dr. Sattler, would you like to come into the back and let me smack you around?
Yeah, he would have handled that whole schematic scene much differently. He would have walked her to her death and just not even apologized about it. My schematic skills were properly correct. Ellie, I would change Ellie and have Christina Hendricks, just so I can see those monster yabos bouncing all over the place during that raptor attack.
Yep.
So in real life, Robin Wright turned down the role, which also would have been a good one in real life.
I would have loved Robin. She's
Yeah.
the best.
1993 era too. That would have been a good one. And also Harrison Ford turned down the role of Grant. So like they both would have been great.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. And then as far as the casting for the dinosaurs, I would have Ice-T play all the dinosaurs. All right. Box office game. There's way too many people in this episode for us to just make this entertaining. So instead, I want you to all just yell out at the same time how much you think this movie cost and how much it cost to make and how much it made.
100 million,
boners.
a billion. 100 million, a
Boners.
billion. 100 million, a billion.
10 boners.
Bill, I didn't hear you. Go.
Potatoes.
Oh,
There
right.
you go.
Bill's done for.
The guess of the Irish.
Oh, wow. I saw about 1% of Bill's soul leave his fucking head right there. Yeah, he's dying. Okay, we got to get him off. We got to get him out of here.
It's like they get him to the. You guys ever
He
seen
needs
Get
to-
Him to the Greek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When there's like
Yeah.
Good Morning America, whatever, and Jonah
Love
Hill's
your
all
shit.
fucked up from taking all the guys' drugs, and he's like passing the microphone around, and then they just go to Jonah Hill, and he just goes, "I'm so fucked up." While they're trying to sing. All right,
Oh,
so
Bill, I'm sorry. I love you, baby. It's all good.
movie.
It'll be okay.
This is the movie. It cost $63 million to make, which is crazy to think about. The last movie cost $170 million, and the CGI was worse.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they had like just invented like CGI, or at least like
Yeah.
really used it.
I think I went over some trivia last time about all the CGI in this, how great it was, but it's smart
What if
because he did most of the CGI at night, which would disguise the dinosaur from looking
Yeah.
fake. And then everything else, a lot of it was practical too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, it's
a
like
lot of-
Godzilla.
yeah.
They did it all at night and
So
in rain
good.
to do that. Yeah.
Like that baby Velociraptor scene, like that's always going to be great because that is a real thing that somebody's holding. Like it will never look bad. The
But-
Velociraptors now look like total fucking shit.
They're so stupid.
Yeah, they do.
They're awful.
Well, they're big, scaly cats. That's all they are
Yeah,
now. It's just cats.
fuck
That's
those
what they
movies.
are. Now,
I have zero hope for the Velociraptor generation nowadays. They're wearing fancy hat and weird glasses. They ride unicycles. Just
going out to
hipster
brunch.
fucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a job, all right, Bill?
Inflating all his real estate, gentrifying all the all the Jurassic areas, and yeah, it's disgusting.
It's terrible. It really is.
So the movie, it made $357 million in the U.S., and then worldwide, it made $912 million on its first run, which at the time surpassed
Holy
E.T. as the highest-grossing movie of all time. And then with the re-releases that they had in 2011, 2013, 2018, and 2020, At some point in 2020, it was number one at the box office again for the first time since '93.
Wow.
Right.
But the movie is now at 1.033 billion.
Oh, so I wasn't too
Damn.
far off. Okay.
And in 2013, it was the 20th anniversary, so they re-released it in 3D, and it made 118 million worldwide.
Jesus.
I went and saw that. I
I don't know what the fuck I was doing to not see that.
Sam and I went and did that. I don't think she enjoyed it, but boy did I. That was fucking so good. Seeing that
and
in
Dread.
theaters and yeah.
I wish I saw those in 3D.
Yeah, Dread would have been good. Dread would have been really good in 3D.
And the movie opened at number one on the weekend of July 11th, 1993, to $47 million, and it stayed at the number one spot for 3 straight weeks. And then it stayed in the top 3 for the first 6 weeks of its release.
Wow, that's actually not as good as I would have thought.
No.
I figured it would have stayed one longer.
The
Yeah.
Firm bumped it out of the number one spot.
The Firm?
The
Really?
Firm with Tom Cruise. Yeah.
Fucking Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Fucking Chuck
Yeah.
Norris.
Shouldn't we?
All right. Next question. Who's your favorite and least favorite in this?
Favorite is definitely Ian Malcolm. Palpable sex appeal.
Mm-hmm.
And least favorite is the vegetarian girl. You know, I don't like her.
The best part about this, I always enjoy about watching these movies with Tim, is he doesn't know anybody's name. Everybody is that girl or that guy. And even the actor or actress is like, yeah, the lady from X.
The one that was
It's
holding the
like,
stick.
yeah.
What?
It's always like this very vague. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Who's the dame?
You know the female character in the movie? Yeah, there's like 10 of them. Yeah, one of them female characters.
You know.
Yeah, the one with the hair.
The one with the tits.
The one with the shirt that yelled and stuff.
It's so funny. Yeah. But all good choices. I'll go next. So my favorite is Muldoon. I just love him. I think
So good.
he's just so rugged. He just fucking. Obviously, we never actually see him do really anything cool. He's always like there too late, and he just gets murdered by T-Rexes at the, or excuse me, Velociraptors at the end. But and the person I hate the most is Timmy. I mean, again, actually useless. Like if he didn't exist in the movie, other than him not being in a tree and being electrocuted, we'd be better off.
They would have been off that island like 3 hours earlier if it wasn't for Timmy.
right? Because they wouldn't have been.
Tim Jackson would have still been
fucking
alive.
around with this shit. Yes. God.
Timmy
this
as a
doesn't make
character
any
is like
sense.
minus 3 people. Is that lawyer? Like all these people that just died. It's all Timmy's fault.
Yeah. Every single one of them. It's just like, we don't have time for this.
Not you, Tim. Timmy.
So
To be clear.
my least favorite character is going to be the kid from the beginning that called the raptor a giant turkey. I just fucking hate that kid. Just fucking what a punchable face for a 9-year-old. And my favorite character is the bed that Goldblum is lying on because it looks like something I could really sleep on right now. It seems like a good place to rest. Lie down for a bit.
I know.
Well, my favorite's going to be Sam Neill, obviously Dr. Grant. And it's because this was like the first movie I ever saw him in. And then the second movie I'd ever seen him in was the
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon.
Yeah.
And it ruined me for ever since. So it was just like a really cool thing. But I've always enjoyed him. He's fantastic in this. He's wonderful. My least favorite is going to be Tim, and not Timmy Begin, but Tim, the boy actor in this. And I fucking hate that kid. All he's doing is getting hurt, getting fucked up, falling out of trees, not doing it right, not helping somebody hack a computer system. And the kid sucks. I hope that he did not have a successful acting career.
Good.
He was in the
Good.
Pacific. He was in the Pacific. That
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
Really?
He was the main character in the
Hmm.
Pacific.
I had a lot of trouble at the Pacific. I mean, of course, I liked Band of Brothers. I keep trying Pacific. I keep trying. And I've watched it like at least one full time, and I still have trouble with it. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's because it has the kid from Jurassic Park.
It could be.
That might be
Does
the
it make
missing
more
link.
sense?
I think we just solved evolution.
All right, my favorite's also Malcolm. He steals every scene, and he looks just like a unbuttoned goddamn mermaid god lying on a rock in that one scene.
Jesus Christ. No mathematician in the fucking face of the planet, but there we go.
Yeah. And then my least favorite is just whoever did the voice of that DNA cartoon.
Dinosaurs, man.
Dino.
Now,
Fuck
I
you.
do love the John meeting John. I've tried that on sales calls before.
Hello, John.
Where it'll be a John, and I'll be like, man, I always just want to say, like, you know, like, hello, John. Oh, hi, John. Hello, John. No one ever gets it. No one gets it.
I had to do a thing like I did a blood sample, like a take-home test, like last week, and I felt the same way, like poking my finger. I just went, "Oh, John, that hurt." So I did it.
Ouch.
All right, time for the Hold My Popcorn ratings. Prepare to be judged. Rate Jurassic Park.
I give this one 5 golds out of 1 bloom.
Ooh,
I like
nice.
that.
I give it 10 reservoir tips that Ian Malcolm filled up out of 1 time that he didn't use a condom with Ellie, and now she's pregnant.
I'll give it one paternity
give-
test. I'm sorry, Prubble. I'm just trying to make this up at the top of my head, too.
Yeah, go for it.
Give us just one paternity test for Ellie because Grant doesn't think that's his baby out of just one very, very sleepy Bill.
I'll say I'm going to give this 10,000 volts over one should certainly be very, very crispy little boy. That's right. Yes,
Nice.
John.
Nice.
Yes.
Hearts.
I'll give this one enduring, fantastic Tyrannosaurus Rex out of a confused vagina with teeth that spits tar in your face.
You know? Hey, you know, these things happen, okay? And you just have to move on.
Yep. Speaking of moving on, that's what we're going to do. So, John, let's just skip the media shout-outs this week just because we are joking about this episode being 2 hours, and of course it's a 2-hour episode.
No, it isn't. And we really have no jelly time. I mean, but the only thing I have to throw out there, really, I mean, just for what jelly time could be, is that I've seen a little bit of anger bubbling out there about the Tim Tummy Weight Challenge because we actually never picked somebody. And what the actual Tim Tummy Weight is, we aren't going to get to it right now, but we're going to get to it one day. So don't y'all worry about it. So as usual,
Next
follow.
episode.
All right, there you go. Next episode.
Oh, okay. So next episode. Well, then again, as usual, follow us and like us on the Twitter lands at HM Popcorn Pod and the Instagrills at Hold My Popcorn _podcast. And lastly, as always, email me, just me, at tdbackrow@gmail.com. Once again, that is tdbackrow@gmail.com.
And also, we'll say we do have a Facebook group. It's called Hold My Popcorn Podcast Group. So check that out if you want to get in touch with us that way, too. And, you know, if you want to share any kind of stupid memes related to the show. And I'll give a little special shout out to some of our super fans who are Scott, Josh, Carson, my buddy Isaac. All of you guys, thank you for keeping the page going.
Number ones.
Anything else, you guys, before we wrap up this 2.5-hour Jurassic Park podcast that we've already done?
75 milligrams!
Dino DNA.
All right, that'll do it. Stay tuned for next week when we do Jurassic Park 3, followed by Swayze September. What if we just did all the?
That would be
What if we just did
hilarious.
100 movies
It's
in
just
a
all
loop?
It's just a loop.
I would love it.
We've run out.
John,
We'll
John
never
is
get to
not.
Big Trouble in Little
John
China.
likes that
Never.
idea as much as he liked the trivia night idea.
Okay, bye.
Dude, deuces, fuckers.
All right, go to bed, Bill.
All right, Bill, get out of here.
Go to bed.
Bill,
Go to your room. Bye, friends.
Goodbye, John, Bill. Live Bayesian 37 Max Healy. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.